gave him another chance next year. I honestly didn't, but obviously yesterday it was time. It was time to move on. And yesterday also, folks, there's a lot of people that had a lot of reactions to this. It's a very emotional day for a lot of people too. But I don't consider yesterday to be a joyous day to see Mike Anderson no longer your head men's basketball coach. I don't see it as a day where people go out into the streets and celebrate like they have with previous coaches that have been fired. I don't see it that way, and I don't think anyone feels that way. This was a tough pill to swallow. This was a tough thing to do, not only for the University of Arkansas, but for fans to see Mike Anderson go because of what he meant to the University of Arkansas, what he's done for the University of Arkansas. There's not a guy that loves the Razorbacks more and the University of Arkansas more than Mike Anderson. He wanted to win really, really bad. He wanted to bring Arkansas back to national prominence, back to a chance to where they could at least compete for a national championship on the regular. He wanted that, and fans wanted that. But unfortunately, it never transpired. It never happened. And that's the real unfortunate thing about it. I've said many times on this show that if Arkansas was to win a national championship in men's basketball, they'd want Mike Anderson's name on that trophy. They'd want Mike Anderson to be the guy that led them to that national championship. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And the University of Arkansas had to move on. It's a Band-Aid that you had to rip off. It hurts. It's not a fun day yesterday. It's not something that everyone just jumped with joy and just so glad that ding dong, the witch is dead type of mentality. It's one of those things that it's more about the appreciation and showing thanks for Mike Anderson and what he did, more so than it is about the joy of seeing a man lose his job. But now it's time for Arkansas to move on. And Tommy, I know that this was something that we had talked about on the show and speculated about, but to see it actually come to fruition and see that now Arkansas is looking for a new basketball coach on the men's side of things is one of those things that we expected at some point in time. But I don't know, maybe I'm different, but I did not expect that yesterday.
Oh, I thought it was a real possibility. I didn't think the timing, I didn't think it was as imminent as yesterday. I mean, when we were discussing it, we were discussing this message board conversation in more terms of rumor and the fact that if there was a meeting between Yurachek and Mike Anderson, it was more standard operating procedure at the end of the season.
Yep.
Clearly, there was more fact to those conversations, whether or not the venue was correct, whether or not some of the details were accurate. Doesn't matter at this point. The end result was accurate, was correct. Mike Anderson and Hunter Yurachek did not have a meeting of the minds. From what you're hearing, administration wanted some significant changes with his coaching staff. Mike, as we've said for several weeks now, very loyal guy, loyal to his staff. We have been very consistent in what we thought all along, that Mike would be very resistant to making staff changes. And from everything I was hearing throughout the day yesterday, from everything I've been hearing for a couple of weeks, Mike was very resistant to the idea of making sweeping staff changes, really any staff changes. And when that came down as really one of the things that administration wanted, he was unwilling to do that. And that was, from all we've been told, it went one of the crossroads with administration. And ultimately, his loyalty, which is to me one of the most respectable things about Mike Anderson, was one of the hurdles he could not clear. And I'm not surprised this is where we're at. I didn't think it would be on Wednesday morning of this week. It would not have surprised me if we were there Wednesday morning of next week, but I am not surprised we are looking for a new basketball coach. I'm just a little bit surprised with the timing.
Yeah, the timing was, I think, what threw everybody off, because you saw a lot of these other teams and all these other programs that decided to make moves with their teams and their programs. They did it essentially the next day after their season ended. And, Arkansas season ended on Saturday versus Indiana in the NIT, and then Monday came around, so everyone's like, all right, so if there's going to be any change, you would think it'd be on Monday. Well, then Monday came and went, and there was nothing there. And then Tuesday came around, and that maybe that's what it was more about with me and my surprise by the timing, is because I was expecting something Monday, and when Monday came and went, then I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's not going to happen if it didn't happen Monday. And then I'm sitting at my apartment at around 3:30 p.m., And I'm starting to see some tweets and stuff, and I'm getting blown up with text messages. And I know, Tommy, you called me, and I had family members call me. They're like, hey, this is what I'm hearing. And then it just kind of built up to this momentum thing, and then boom, around 4 p.m. is when the announcement was made official. And I think that the timing of it all, like you said, Tommy, is really just what was so shocking about it all, and what threw everybody in a loop. And it's just a weird time because, we've seen coaches in football and in basketball, haven't really in baseball because there's only been like 2, but in football and basketball, we've seen coaches get fired. We've seen coaches leave. We've seen coaches change. We've seen coaches do a lot of different things and be approached in different ways as far as what they need to do for the future and how they need to change it. We've seen it happen. But I could be wrong because I know you got a few years on me, Tommy, so you may remember a few more. But this might be the firing that hurt the worst, if that makes sense. If it was the toughest firing that needed to be done in a lot of Razorback fans' minds, but at the same time, it's the firing that hurt the most, where you really didn't want to do it, but you knew that you had to do it.
I think the way I sum it up is it just didn't work out. Everybody wanted this to work out. This was
absolutely
a relationship that both sides needed to be successful, but in the end, it just did not pan out. To me, I can't think of a clearer description of it. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. It's not that was anything else.
It's like Mike was the CEO of a company that just continued to break even. I mean, you have a couple years where you made money, a couple years you lost a little bit, but in the end, it was basically a sum zero. I mean, you just kind of broke even for 8 years.
Yeah. You didn't take the steps forward. You didn't take any major steps back. You just kind of sat there and floated.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness, the program is far better off.
Without a doubt.
Than it was where he found it. But as far as meeting expectations, reaching new levels, those are the kind of gains that, so don't hear me saying that, hey, Mike didn't leave it any better than he found it. That's not what I'm saying when I use the terms break even. But that's kind of the feel. He came in and took the program, and you never achieved what you wanted to achieve. Mm-hmm. There was marginal advancement. He got the probably the biggest thing Mike did. He did get to the tournament. 3 times?
3 times.
So
1, 2, twice.
So, but probably Mike's biggest accomplishment and biggest thing that doesn't show up in the stats is academically he got this program back on track that when it was in a dumpster fire.
APR was awful.
I mean, this program. Remember Dana Altman leaving and how bad it was, and then John Pelfrey didn't exactly make things a heck of a lot better. And it was just a disaster behind the scenes, and Mike cleaned up a lot of stuff. And for as bad a shape as the program was in the underbelly of the program, I think Mike, from all accounts, has gotten a lot of those things righted.
Yeah. And those are the things that he may not always get credit for, and I know it comes down to winning with fans. You got to win, you got to improve, you got to do better. But, again, But John, the bottom line is, and when I talk about break even, the bottom line is he got to 3 tournaments in 8 years. The previous coaches ahead of him in 8 years, I think, got to 3 tournaments as well. Yeah, if you combine Pelfrey and Heath, yeah.
Right. So, that's kind of that's the sense I've come to is over the last 16 years, the last 8 and the previous 8 are about the same as far as what the fans and how you measure a program and success. Because in college basketball, the only measuring stick is where are you at going into March and where are you at coming out of March?
Yep. And I think what also went against Mike Anderson is during the time, most of the tenure that he had in the SEC was when the SEC was not a good conference. It was not a good conference. And so that was a perfect opportunity for them to step up and be that second best team or fight for the first best team against Kentucky, and it just never happened.
Right. And there's some things, and Nick Mason's going to join us here shortly, and we'll get his thoughts. He's going to be back in today with the breaking news. He wasn't scheduled to be here today, but obviously with this news with Mike Anderson, it's necessary to have Nick back in today and get some of his thoughts. I think there's 2 or 3 major things, 2 or 3 noteworthy moments that probably changed the fate for Mike Anderson.
Yep.
And I want to go through some of those and maybe, get y'all's thoughts on what y'all think are 2 or 3 of the things that would have changed the fate for Mike Anderson at Arkansas if some things have been different in a few different moments across his 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into that, and there's a lot to unpack today, folks. I mean, there's a lot of things to get to. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do it in a 3-hour show, but we are going to try our best to make it happen. We're going to continue to discuss this and, of course, get to your phone calls and your reactions. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. More of the Morning Rush coming up next. Stay with us.
The voice of Razorback fans across Arkansas. The Morning Rush continues next.
Right now at Riggs Cat, your local cat dealer, get 0% for 48 months or up to $9,000 cash back on new cat compact equipment. Whether you're looking to buy, lease, or rent, we've got the right solution to fit your job site needs. Call Riggs Cat at 844-RIGGS-LR or visit riggscat.com/TV. That's Riggs Cat at 844-RIGGS-LR or visit riggscat.com/TV. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Williams Tractor in Berryville, and Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. It's finally 2019, and it's never too early to start planning for the upcoming season. Come see us during the Kick the Tires event going on now for great in-store deals and finance options on all New Holland equipment. Choose from New Holland tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, or construction equipment. But it all ends March 31st, so hurry in to check out the savings during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers.
This is the Morning Rush.
Are your real estate investments being properly managed? Are you sending a check or cashing a check each month? If you're tired of your current property managers, then call Trinity Multifamily. Trinity will qualify your tenants and leases, inspect your properties, and take care of maintenance and provide you with web-based access to current financial reports, leases, and pictures of your property. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
You're telling me there is a place
3 places, 2 in Fort Smith, 1 in Van Buren.
that can do everything to my pickup?
And my car. Jody'sAuto.com can do everything from oil changes and maintenance to repairs. All repairs. They'll even tow it in and then fix it if your truck breaks down on the road. One stop everything.
What about tires?
All the best brands. These people really know tires and have free flat repair and free road hazard. Best prices on tires anywhere and price match guarantee.
Okay, so what's the catch? I bet they don't do financing, right?
Nope, wrong again. Jody'sAuto.com has the best credit card in the car care industry, and you can apply online.
Jody'sAuto.com voted best of the best for customer service, and a big part of that is convenience. One stop for everything. 3 oil change specials, tires, service, repair, maintenance, towing, and fleets. 3 locations since 1984. Convenience and trust. Jody'sAuto.com.
Look your best with Perfecto Cleaners at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Count on same-day service, easy drive-through, covered drop-off and pickup window, and fast turnaround on alterations. Perfecto Cleaners always goes the extra mile to ensure your clothes look their best, making you look your best. Be sure to clip their coupons in the yellow pages, and as always, in by 9 and out by 5 Monday through Friday. Perfecto Cleaners, just off Jenny Lind at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Perfecto Cleaners, making you look your best.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Spring into color at the Paint Store in Van Buren. Your favorite choice for inspiration in choosing those vibrant colors from Richards Paints to finish your warm weather renovations. The Paint Store in Van Buren is contractor friendly and special orders don't upset them. Sue and Vicky, with over 30 years of experience, welcome all your painting questions and will help you feel confident in your choices of Richards Paints. The Paint Store is at 1414 Fayetteville Road in Van Buren. Come and see them or check them out on Facebook today.
Spring is in the air, and spring fishing season is here. And Jelco Outdoors has the fishing gear you need to hook the big wall hanger this spring. Rods, reels, baits, tackle, fishing clothing, and rain suits, plus fishing kayaks. Jelco has it all for you. The best quality name brands at fair prices. Jelco Outdoors, your spring fishing headquarters in the River Valley. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against monsters in the closet and grass so tall it swallows small children. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Learn more at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call me, Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
Or call me, Jim Malum in Charleston.
ESPN 95.3.
Had an opportunity to be the head coach here for the last 8 years and been a great experience. I want to thank Jeff Long, Dr. Gerhardt for bringing me back to be a head coach. Had a lot of great players to come through our way. Very good young basketball team. Let's get ready to really ascend and do some great things. I want to thank my family for the love and support, my coaching staff and their family. And I also want to thank Raising Back Family. None like our Raising Back family. Thank you.
Probably weren't able to hear that very well, so we're going to fix
let's
that
just play
one.
that again.
Yeah, we'll play that again for you because that was Mike Anderson addressing Razorback Nation
Ty
via
really
Twitter.
screwed that up.
Well, the thing is that video, man, that was a tough listen to right there because it was so far back for Mike Anderson. But we'll play that to you and make sure that you get to hear it. And we're going to do that by getting to some quick-hitting headlines that are presented by Williams Tractor.
Yeah, they're in Fayetteville and in Berryville. It's the Kick the Tires event the rest of the week. You only got a few more days to get by and get great in-store deals and financing options on New Holland equipment. We're talking tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, even construction equipment. It's now through March 31st, so get by and check out the savings during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and in Berryville.
We welcome in Nick Mason into Studio 2, who was not expected to be in today, but felt like it was necessary for him with the big news of Mike Anderson being fired from the University of Arkansas. Nick, it's pretty much the question that you have to ask everybody. Your initial reaction when you heard the news that Mike Anderson was no longer the head basketball coach?
A little surprised because I thought they were going to give him one more year. And from what I've been hearing, too, the athletic director thought he was going to get one more year as well. So I think it was a little surprising to a lot of people that you know, pretty much everybody outside of the board, to be honest. It's not surprising necessarily why they did it. I just think this thing kind of lingered on from really kind of started the Western Kentucky and were the back-to-back home games.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, the Western Kentucky and Georgia Tech game. That's when you start seeing it went from, because there's always going to be 10 or 15% that always want the coach fired. I mean, that's just always going to happen. But that's whenever that number started creeping up to maybe 25 or 30%. Then when Mike went on the 6-game losing streak, and it seems like the media always has a good feeling, always has perfect timing. And it's always interesting to take a step back and look at right before, at the beginning of the football season before Brett was fired, and then right in the middle whenever people kind of saw it leaving, and then at the end of the year. Or you look at Mike Anderson. At the beginning of the year, the articles people were writing and the things people were saying versus now towards the end. And it seems like whenever you,
wow.
Whenever you,
it's been a long night.
Yeah. When you lose the media, like you being fired shortly follows that. If you just look at Pelfrey and you know, and how that storm happened. If you look at Houston Nutt, his is a little bit different, but the media definitely, and I'm not gonna say turned on Mike, but whenever the media members just start openly discussing a guy being fired, and this is a guy that you know you have to cover every single day, normally those media members are basically saying, we don't think we're gonna have to cover you for too much longer. And so a little surprised. I thought he was gonna get another year, but I can understand why it happened.
Let's go to the – I guess we don't have – he's not holding on anymore, but that's okay. We're going to take your phone calls, 877-377-6963.
And, you know, there's about 15 comments in here on basketball early, so you may want to get to baseball about 7 o'clock. Just wanted to remind you.
Yeah, just right in time for that. Well, that was funny is because there were few things going on with Arkansas sports. And you know, obviously the Razorback baseball team played last night against the Missouri State up in Springfield. Game that was just a one-game series, but Arkansas takes care of business in that game and wins 8-2 against them. So then they have a big series against Ole Miss this weekend in Baum Stadium. So going to be looking forward to that as well. And the thing is also, like, football was going on. You had spring practice starting back up. You had Chad Morris and other players meet with the media yesterday. So there was just a really big day for Razorback sports yesterday. But obviously it's going to be dominated by the headlines of Mike Anderson. And I know that we're going to be joined by Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette around 7:35, a guy who's covered Mike Anderson pretty much from the beginning to the end of his tenure and era at Arkansas. We're also going to be joined by Jeff Goodman of WatchStadium.com, who has some interesting thoughts on where Arkansas goes from here. So it comes down to this. Where does Arkansas go from here? What are some of the realistic names of coaches that you could see as a possibility? Because that's where everybody's at. Everyone's got pipe dreams. They got ones that are just throwing out. Billy Donovan. No, they go, what about Brad Stevens? He's probably about to get fired at Boston. People are going to go crazy with it. But it's a matter of, realistically, what do they need to look for? Not just a name, but what type of coach do they need to look for?
You got to get a recruiter.
Yes.
That's probably been – if you look at the Stan Heath era and, probably one of the most successful 3-year stretches had to be the Stan Heath, his last 2 years, Pelfrey's first year, and one common denominator is they were able to get guys in here. So you have to be able to get a head coach that's going to stop at nothing to get recruits in here.
Yeah, because you got to improve.
Nothing legally.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're going to have to improve on the talent that you're bringing in on year-to-year basis. You got to build some depth. You got to build some guys that can come in and help right away, because it's going to be a tough task for anybody who comes in try to get on the recruiting trail, so it's going to be tough. We'll get to more of this as well as your phone calls on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is The Morning Rush.
Hello, this is Jan.
Hi, can I save on a new Toyota?
Yes, with great deals now through April 1st, you can ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
I can't wait to get out. I've been watching way too much TV.
Oh yeah? What's on?
Game show. Anyway, I got this list of things I want to do this spring.
Bet I could name them.
Really? Our contestant Jan here is risking it all on this final question. Name the 3 things I can't wait to do.
Go camping in a RAV4.
Correct.
Road trip in a Camry.
Yes.
How about take a Tundra fishing?
Ooh, 1 strike left, Jan.
I'll say off-roading in a Tacoma.
Show me off-roading in a Tacoma.
Oh, I can't believe it. Hi, Mom.
Toyota, let's go places. Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Visit GSToffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and N4119.
We are celebrating 50 years at Razorback Camper Sales, and it's spring camping season. All remaining 2018 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups are at rock-bottom prices. Or check out the 26-foot Salem Limited Edition travel trailer with slide-out, 15,000 BTU air conditioner, loaded with options, only $18,990, or just $195 a month. Thank you for 50 great years at Razorback Camper Sales, Exit 1 off of the bypass in Hot Springs, or online at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the 4-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville, or online at seasidepools.com.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here with a better way to drive from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All this month, you can spin the wheel and choose your deal. Just spin the wheel for fun prizes, then decide how you want to start driving better. You can win big with up to $3,000 above appraised value on your trade-in, or hit the jackpot with up to $3,000 below retail on the Rath Road Ready vehicle of your choice. You can't lose. Just spin the wheel and choose your deal. Get more for your trade or a bigger discount and start high-rolling in a nicer, newer car today. Our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists are there to make your buying experience fun and easy. And our Rath Road Ready inventory takes the gamble out of buying a used car. So visit us today for that nicer, newer car you've been waiting for and the great service after the sale that's made us Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer 4 years running. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN 95.3. spitting the most fire takes you'll ever hear all morning long. This is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Hey, at Orr Auto Park at 6500 Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith. They are the home of the lifetime engine warranty on all new vehicles, free maintenance for 2 years, and free car washes for the life of the vehicle. Cadillac, Chevrolet, and Nissan at an affordable price. Orr Auto Park also has a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs for you to choose from. Visit OrAutoPark.com where you can score more with Orr. In case you're just joining us, we've been talking about reactions of Mike Anderson no longer being the head basketball coach for the Arkansas Razorbacks, effective yesterday around 4 p.m., and we've been discussing that, so let's go to the phone lines and take some of your reactions. Danny is in Russellville. What's going on, Danny?
Good morning, guys. Mike was visibly sad yesterday. As this was his dream job, but you know what? It may work out good for Mike. He'll land on his feet. Best case scenario, it works out good for the University of Arkansas. It works out good for Mike Anderson. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here yet. All we have is right now. Guys, I'd like to get you guys to throw some names out there, possible replacements. I know it's a little early, but
yeah.
Hey, that's what we want to hear. We want to hear who might be available. I think the fact that Vanderbilt, A&M, Alabama, and maybe LSU are all going to be without a coach may have been one reason that things were rushed. Well, I don't say rushed, but maybe they felt the need to go ahead and make this move right now. And I'll hang up and listen. You guys have a good day.
All right, appreciate the phone call, Danny. As far as names go, I heard yesterday on Hogville that Rick Pitino was at Hugo's. So, I'm sure he's an option. But, I mean, here's the thing. Like, basketball coach is almost a little different than football, I believe, because, and, correct me if I'm wrong here, Arkansas basketball is considered to be a much better job than Arkansas football is retrospectively, where it's everyone's looking at a job because they know that Arkansas can pay, the facilities, the recruiting grounds. It's a little easier. But it's just like, okay, so what caliber of coach can they get? Are they going to go for a big name, big splash type coach, or are they going to try to find somebody that can be an up-and-coming next big thing type of coach?
I disagree about the Arkansas basketball versus the football job. And the only reason I'm saying that is because you're looking at, what kind of check did the SEC write all the football, or what type of check did the SEC write each team or each university?
About $42 million.
And so that's led by the football program. And just being in the SEC, you can come up with a lot more money for football because, I tend to believe more people believe that, hey, if Gus wanted the job, Arkansas was going to come up with a lot more money than whatever they're paying Chad Morris. But yeah, the basketball job, it's in a very attractive job, especially if they're going to pay $4.5 million. And of course that was coming out.
Dudley reported yesterday. $4 million was the amount they were willing to pay. And if that's the case, that means they're willing to pay the basketball coach right now more than the football coach.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Which is not business as usual in the SEC.
Right.
And not generally business as usual at Arkansas.
Well, for schools,
Hasn't been.
For schools out there that claim that they are a basketball school, and I think Arkansas is one of probably the few schools that really believe they're 50-50. It's not uncommon to see the basketball coach make it more.
But a couple of names that are already rising, quickly on a lot of people's Kelvin Sampson, Chris Beard are two names that a lot of people are already throwing around.
Yeah.
Do what?
Chris Beard's not coming.
Yeah. We'll have some fun with that later in the show.
That's just two names I'm telling you people are talking though right
now.
So. Hey, you've been hearing us tell you about it for a while. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge is open. Great place to watch all the basketball games right now. Great place to watch games Thursday night as March Madness gets back. Great way to upgrade your evening out, your weekend out. Huge screen down there. Great place for the guys to get out and have a great time together. Everything you see from the time you walk in the front doors will impress you. Top shelf wines and liquors from all around the world. World-class cigars. Comfortable, oversized leather chairs, air recycling system that replaces the air in the lounge every 4 minutes. Stop in, see what all the excitement is about. 906 Garrison in Fort Smith at the 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge.
You know, a night out with friends can be so much more. Upgrade your evening at 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Rediscover life's simple pleasures. Dial back, slow down, and immerse yourself in what true relaxation can be. Top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Upgrade your night on the Avenue.
It's cold outside, but Mahindra is heating things up with more savings. Bundle up and save up to $9,600 when you buy a Mahindra tractor with Mahindra implements. Or choose 0 down, 0% interest for up to 72 months. Only from the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra. See their full line of Mahindra tractors at Alma Tractor and Equipment in Alma. Now through March 31st. Stop in or go to MahindraUSA.com for more information.
Now you can get award-winning Memphis-style barbecue in Fort Smith at the Whole Hog Cafe on Burrow Road across from Cisterna Plaza off 71 South. Feast on world champion barbecue with our famous potato salad and smoky sweet baked beans while watching sports on the big screens. Plan your business meeting in the banquet room that seats 40, and if it's a morning meeting, the coffee's on us. We cater any event, large or small, and provide servers if you like. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with a convenient drive-thru. It's the Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith. Follow us on Facebook for daily specials.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. Razorback videos, articles, and podcasts. Find them all at hitthatline.com. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. We've been talking about the big news coming out yesterday of Mike Anderson, no longer the Razorback men's head basketball coach, and where Arkansas goes from here. But Mike Anderson, you didn't put out a statement. He didn't put out a tweet necessarily just of a message to giving out to Razorback fans and all the faithful. But what he did do is he did make a video thanking the Razorback fans, and here's what he had to say.
Razorback Nation, it's been a challenging day. When you have pride and passion about what you do, it's hard to say goodbye. Having the opportunity to be the head coach here for the last 8 years has been a great experience. I want to thank Jeff Long, Dr. Gerhardt for bringing me back to be a head coach. Had a lot of great players to come through our ways. Have a very good young basketball team that's getting ready to really ascend and do some great things. I want to thank my family for their love and their support, our coaching staff and their families. And I also want to thank the Razorback fans. There's none like our Razorback family. Thank you. And to all of my friends, through 25 years of being here in Arkansas, we've made tremendous friends. And I want to say thank you for your support.
That was Mike Anderson leaving a video to the Razorback faithful and to everybody in the state of Arkansas yesterday after the news came out that he was no longer the head basketball coach. That was the thing that if you're a Razorback fan, if you were a Mike Anderson fan, it's really tough to watch because it's one of those things, too, is not only is your program changing basketball coaches, which can be a scary and exciting moment, but it's also somebody that you care a lot about, that's been around a long time and that truly loves your university, losing his job and having to change his life as well, too. So it's a tough watch yesterday for a lot of people.
Nick, is he a game or 2 or 3 this season from this decision being different from getting another year? If, say, Western Kentucky and Georgia Tech, maybe Texas at the beginning, how close was Mike Anderson, in your opinion, to keeping his job?
How far do you think this team was away from making it to the NCAA tournament?
That's really the essence of my question.
Yeah,
2 or 3 wins.
And
there's no way they're firing him if he's in the tournament.
I just keep no because you can't
that's
fire
the whole reason,
somebody.
That's the whole reason they didn't. I mean, that's how razor thin this decision really is.
Yeah,
that's why it's such a tough decision and really so tough to watch it unfold, is because it really is that close. I mean, to me, football decisions become much easier because it's, to me, so much more obvious to see what's happening. In basketball, you're judging the outcome over 30 or so games, and it really comes down to 2 or 3 games and the bounce of the ball here or there and really some free throws. And listen, this is the summary of 8 years and only missing the tournament in 5 of those. And I think he makes the tournament maybe a time or 2 more. There's 2 or 3 crossroads, I think, that happened for Mike. 2014 was a critical year. I think maybe the biggest thing that didn't happen for Mike that would have changed the outcome at Arkansas and maybe changed the narrative, changed the story, was in-state recruiting and 2 critical in-state recruits that got away. And of course, we're talking Malik Monk and Kayvon Allen.
Whenever you say that,
how much different would the story be? I mean, I think there's 4 or 5 things that happened across, and you could say this about any coach that's going through what we're talking about right now. Hey, if this, and this had happened, it'd all be different. Well, I think that, you say that about a lot of fired coaches, but I think in Mike's case, there's 2, 3, 4 things across his 8 years you point to. If this had been different, we wouldn't be sitting here today talking about this.
Whenever you say in-state recruiting, though, and you bring up Monk and Allen, are you saying if those 2 guys come here, you make an Elite 8, a Sweet 16, a Final Four? Or are you saying you cannot consistently miss on in-state recruits just because it looks bad on your resume that you continuously miss on in-state recruits?
I'm saying that there would have been a Sweet 16, Elite 8. I don't know if there would have been a Final Four or not, but there would have been
with those
greater
2
tournament
guys.
success with those 2 guys.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. There would have been more postseason success, shorter postseason success, obviously, with Monk, and maybe with Allen and Monk together. Obviously, who knows what would have happened. With Allen here if he'd have stayed here as long as he would have stayed at Florida, who knows what would have happened. I mean, as far as Sweet 16s and more tournament appearances, I just think those 2 things right there, that's one of several things that might have changed the course of things for Mike Anderson at Arkansas that didn't go his way.
Yeah, because if going off of what you said, Tommy, how many times did we say during the season that if this team just would have actually had a game where they made free throws, the difference it would have been, and just how if they make it to the NCAA tournament, I agree with you, because you don't fire a coach that's made to the tournament 4 out of the past 5 years, which is what they would have done. Mm-hmm. But here's the other thing too that I want to throw on top of that of what you've been saying. Is it's also just about the future, man. It's about what was coming in and what lack thereof, I think, was a lot of it, too.
But, you bring these things up because the next coach needs to study what went wrong with the last coach in order to not follow the same path, right?
No.
Now, there's not going to be another Malik Monk for a while, right?
Obviously.
Probably ever.
I never thought there'd be another Corliss Williams, and then Malik Monk came along. So someday there will be 20, 25 years from now.
Once in a generation type player.
But, point is, some of these same things that happen, there's not just one. It's not just that's the whole reason.
Right.
There's 2 or 3 things that we can go through across. And I thought Andrew Hutchinson wrote a great piece last night laying out about 4 or 5 things he thought of that kind of changed the tide, changed the fate for Mike over his 8 years.
Yeah, maybe if Arkansas didn't have to face North Carolina 2 out of the 3 tournaments there in the second round.
That was one thing he pointed out was the North Carolina games. He talked about the end of the 2014 season. I thought there were several things. He didn't mention those players in his article, but I thought that was really, to me, one of the biggest things that could have changed Mike Anderson's tenure at Arkansas more than anything else.
Yeah, and even last year against Butler. I mean, you think about that tournament game and what that would have meant and how because you were perfectly set up and I'm not saying you had an easy path, but you had an easier path than you had previously, and it just didn't work out. So let's go to the phone lines. Ben is in Fayetteville. What's going on, Ben?
Hey, guys. I kind of got to agree with Juracek on doing something here. I mean,
he didn't fire.
You hire somebody.
Ben. He didn't fire. He didn't fire Mike Anderson.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Well, parting ways with Mike. When you get rid of someone, I mean, what's Mike's biggest accomplishment here in 8 years? We made the tournament 3 times. I mean, I think his biggest accomplishment doesn't meet the expectation of the fans or the university. And that goes in even to a relationship. If someone's accomplishments don't meet your expectations, you got to make some changes. I mean, in your personal life, in your work life, in your career. I mean, something's got to be done. If your biggest accomplishment is making the tournament 3 years out of 8, and Razorback fans and the university expect to be in the tournament more often than less than 50%, more often than 50% of the time, why not make a change? I mean, what do you got to lose? We're not going to make the tournament next year? Big deal, Make a change. Expectations. You set them with your kids, with your spouse, with your budget, with your boss. If the expectations aren't met, people terminate themselves, and that's what happened here. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
I appreciate the phone call, Ben. No, that's the thing is I feel like most Razorback fans, reasonable Razorback fans, understand that, change needed to be made in their eyes. They felt like the program was not achieving the level of success that they feel like they should have, and so a change needed to be made, but it just doesn't make it an easy change.
Well, we made this point earlier. Previous two coaches, Heath and Pelfrey, made the tournament 3 times in 8 years.
9, but yeah.
3 times in 9, but 3 times in 8. So it's kind of as I said earlier, I described Mike as a break-even coach. Not that, and that's what I meant by that. You never really – he improved the program from the standpoint that it was in a dumpster fire academically, behind the scenes. There was a lot of underbelly problems. But on the floor, about the same number of tournaments as his predecessors combined over the same number of years.
And also you had it to where the lowest of lows for Mike were a lot better than the lowest of lows for Heath and Pelfrey. But it was the highest highs that were breaking even, essentially.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. That's what people grade it
3
out.
and 9, I think we can assume. We don't know what would have unfolded next year, but if he'd have stayed for a 9th year, it probably would have been 3 and 9 for Mike.
Probably.
Yeah, would have been the same thing. Let's go back to the phone lines. Don is in Greenwood. What's going on, Don?
Hey, guys, I think it's pretty easy. March Madness is a big deal. You
it's the only deal. It's the only deal, Don. It's the only deal.
Basketball, nobody pays attention to basketball in February. Nobody pays attention to it in January. I like Mike. I think he rode the coattails of our greatest coach ever, Nolan, and I think we hired him trying to repeat greatness, and Nolan was great. I don't care what y'all say. We need to go and get somebody
when we ever
that's
said anything
original.
different.
Yeah. No, I'm not arguing with y'all at all. I mean, Nolan was awesome, and I think we hired him to repeat that. And he's not Nolan. Now, I liked him, but basketball only matters in March. And if you're not in the mix, if you're not sitting on the couch and your team's not playing, you're pissed.
Yeah,
we've seen this coming.
Well,
that's bottom line. He's a great guy. We wish him well, but we need to go and get somebody original. And what doomed him was not having anybody in the pipeline for next year. The man on the last call was exactly right. You're not going to go next year, so get somebody who can recruit.
Yeah.
Point blank. But I wish the man very well. I mean, he represented Arkansas well, but we need to move on because we're not playing in March. That's the bottom line. You guys have a good day.
Yeah, I appreciate the phone call, Don. And to add to the point, too, when Arkansas hired Mike Anderson, that was considered a pretty big-time hire because of the success that he had.
So, and let's scratch this now. Did it help that he was here when Nolan won national championship?
He was, yeah.
Sure. But he was a top 25 coach when Arkansas brought him in.
Yeah, because if you look at it, he was a coach for let's see, I'm doing the math here, 9 seasons before he came to Arkansas, both at UAB for 4 and then Missouri at 5. In those 9 seasons, he went to the NCAA tournament 6 of those seasons, 6 of the 9, and had made it to the Sweet 16 twice and Elite 8 once, and also had won 2 other games in the NCAA tournament. So he had a really strong resume.
So if you do a blind resume, and that's what you say, the next coach coming in Arkansas, he's made it to the Sweet 16 twice, once in a non-Power 5 school, the Elite 8 once, the NCAA tournament 6 out of 9 times, he's been ranked X number of times, you're going to hire that coach.
Yeah, you're going to make it work.
Sound a little bit like Bielema?
Well, I mean, I think you're just talking about the resume?
Yeah.
Well, Bielema's is probably better.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about from the standpoint of previous success. I mean, Bielema had maybe a deeper resume, but I'm just talking about previous success before Arkansas, then comes here and it just doesn't pan out.
Yeah. Listen, let's be honest. Mike Anderson underachieved at Arkansas for what people were expecting him to do. That's what it come down to. I mean, they were expecting.
I'm just saying, Arkansas's hired a couple of high-profile coaches in the 2 major sports that had good resumes coming in here, and Mike was the obvious choice to take this job. For Jeff Long, it was an easy choice when he hired him. What was it, 8 years ago yesterday? Ty put this up. I saw on his Twitter.
8 years ago.
When they made the announcement.
Yes, it was
introduced 8 years ago yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was kind of ironic or coincidental. I don't think you tell me which one it is, but that it all comes about and comes to its end.
Yeah.
Exactly 8 years ago to the date yesterday. But, that was an easy selection for Mike. You didn't need a big panel, a committee, to figure out who to go after as your next basketball coach.
Made sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the right thing to do. So we're getting a bunch of phone calls. We'll try to get to them all. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in on the Morning Rush. We are brought to you by Ritchie Bros.
Yeah, if you're in the construction business, oil field business, you got a commercial farm, big family farm, you need to sell heavy equipment or other assets, Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet offers unprecedented choices of ways to sell when, where, and how you want to do it. So if you need to move equipment, you need to turn it into cash, they can help you. They've been doing it for 60 years with operations all around the world. Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet has the experience, solutions, and global reach to maximize your returns. They can do it on-site with an unreserved auction. They can do it online with their weekly online auctions, and they have even reserved online marketplaces as well. Call David Lee at 479-322-2052. That's 479-322-2052, or check him out online at ritchiebros.com.
The most honest sports radio show in Arkansas. The Morning Rush continues next.
Start your summer with a splash and big savings on Doughboy Above Ground Swimming Pools. For a limited time, you can save $500 on your purchase of a full Doughboy pool package, including pool, liner, pump, and filter. Invest in a refreshing and relaxing pool for your family and experience the Doughboy difference of unmatched quality, longevity, and safety. Visit BurtonPools.com and get your $500 coupon and see Burton Pools and Spas, 6121 Zero Street in Fort Smith. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Hello, this is Jan.
Hi, can I save on a new Toyota?
Yes, with great deals now through April 1st, you can ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
I can't wait to get out. I've been watching way too much TV.
Oh, yeah? What's on?
Game show. Anyway, I got this list of things I want to do this spring.
Bet I could name them.
Really? Our contestant Jan here is risking it all on this final question. Name the 3 things I can't wait to do.
Go camping in a RAV4.
Correct.
Road trip in a Camry.
Yes.
How about take a Tundra fishing?
Ooh, 1 strike left, Jan.
I'll say off-roading in a Tacoma.
Show me off-roading in a Tacoma.
Oh, I can't believe it. Hi, Mom.
Toyota, let's go places. Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Visit GSToffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and N4119.
This is the Morning Rush.
March Mania means lower prices and payments at Orr Nissan in Fort Smith. Like this 2019 Nissan Versa sedan for $12,295 or 0 down $191 a month. This 2019 Nissan Altima is $21,510 or 0 down $336 a month. And this 2019 Nissan Rogue is $22,323 or 0 down $347 a month. March Mania at Orr Nissan on Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith under the giant American flag.
With your hectic schedule, it's hard to find time to keep your house clean. So for the carpets, upholstery, drapes, wood floors, and more, why not leave the cleaning to the professionals? Service Master Clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. A clean carpet isn't all they guarantee. They have over 50 years of experience in the cleaning industry with an unrivaled reputation for service, professionalism, and customer satisfaction. Their employees are professionally trained and well-equipped. They specialize in cleaning carpets, upholstery, draperies, and wood floors to give your home that deep-down clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Their knowledgeable, insured, and professional technicians will provide you with a free, no-obligation estimate you can rely on and a guarantee to do the work right the first time, or they'll do it over, no questions asked. That's Service Master Clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve.
What does that mean?
It means they are the best of the best.
Okay.
It means that Jody'sAuto.com was voted by the people that deal with them,
their customers,
as best at first getting the car in one of their 3 shops quickly, finding out what was wrong with it, fixing it right the first time, and charging the customers a fair price for the repairs.
Getting it in, getting it out quickly at a fair price. Huh.
Real simple. Jody'sAuto.com. Best of the best.
Jody'sAuto.com. One stop for the best tire brands at the best prices, price match guarantee, and these folks know tires. 3 oil change specials. One stop for all services, all repairs, all maintenance, towing, and fleets. 3 locations, 2 in Fort Smith and 1 in Van Buren. When you have made up your mind to live by 3 words, do what's right, being voted by your customers best of the best is quite an honor. Convenience and trust since 1984. Jody'sAuto.com, best of the best.
Looking for a high-quality and affordable pre-owned vehicle? Hertz Car Sales offers a wide selection of high-quality cars, SUVs or trucks, amazing customer service, where you can buy direct and save on every car. With inventory arriving daily, why not make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard? Or give them a call at 783-1722. You can also check them out on the web at buyfromhertz.com. Trade-ins are always welcome. Stop by Hertz Car Sales today. You'll be glad you did.
ESPN 95.3. The most entertaining sports talk radio show in the Natty State. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. Hey, Supercuts of Arkansas is hiring licensed cosmetologists and barbers. Join their family and take advantage of their amazing benefits, growth opportunity, and continued education. Team members will earn up to 2 weeks paid time off, commission-based performance pay, great tips, birthday pay, company-sponsored health insurance, and so much more. As a team member, you will attend the Supercuts Hairstylist Training Academy for 1 week, cost-free, and extensive color training and additional training seminars and recertification class each year. Simply apply online at supercuts.com or contact Joe at 520-203-4316. Supercuts, the next step to secure your future. Getting a lot of phone calls, also getting a lot of messages through our video stream too. So our live stream, if you want to check that out via Facebook or Periscope or YouTube, you can do that as well. And we're going to try to get to all your comments and all your reactions this morning because there's a lot coming in. Let's go back to the phone lines. Rod is on I-40. What's going on, Rod?
Yeah, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Not too bad. I mean, last night I got the news from my shipper. Usually I call him, and he called me, and he said, "You hear about Mike?" I'm like, "Back up, please." What? Which Mike? What Mike? Where? He goes, "They fired him, the basketball coach." And I'm like, that's how I got the news from a guy that calls me that never does. And I thought, it kind of irritated me a little bit, but it's a business decision. This is a business. And I hope next time we hire somebody that we're not so much in love with, no notes on napkins or nothing. That really never works out well. I was thinking about the UCF coach. What is his name?
Johnny Dawkins?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, not so good. Okay, not so
well,
much.
Well. Hang on. And I'm gonna tell you why. You didn't even know his name.
No, I didn't. I didn't know Chad Morris's name until he came here.
Yeah, he went 2-10. So I'm just not a big fan of where the basketball program is right now. You need to get somebody that fans know, that recruits know, that you know, that's not just having a lot of success right now in the moment, but that has had success over a long run. So for all other callers out there, if you don't know the guy's name, then he can't be the coach.
Yeah. So appreciate the phone call, Rod, man. As always, a call back. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Kyle's in Benton. What's going on, Kyle?
Hey, guys. Heard about Mike Anderson. You know, I mean, I don't know why we really fired him. I mean, I think Arkansas really just isn't going to be that elite. I mean, there's just a harsh reality here. I mean, it's like the third coach in a row that we hired and had some hope for. You know, we had Pelfrey and we had Heath or whatever, and now Mike. So you'd think, you know, other coaches might be looking at Arkansas like, man, this is where a career is going to go to die, not move forward and go on. You know,
they're not because of about $3.5 to $4 million. So even if we fired 5 coaches in a row and we only gave them 1 year to have success, as long as you're paying that type of money, the next guy's going to come in the door.
I don't know, you may be right.
No, I am right.
I think we're going to have to deal with the fact that it's just going to be very difficult for Arkansas to be relevant. I mean, just too much other competition and too many other challenges that we face that I guess other states don't or whatever. But
like what?
Other
What?
programs.
Like what, for example?
Well, I would say I guess our recruiting, we really
Wrong.
seem to have struggle there,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
That's not
how do
correct.
other states or other programs get better teams than we do? And quickly. Tennessee and has it been relevant right until now, right? Until just this year or whatever. So
Yeah, appreciate.
I don't know. It's just.
Appreciate the phone call, Kyle.
Got to recruit better.
Got to go. Yeah,
But the recruiting base is here to get better.
Yeah, and the thing is you can't ever just accept, hey, well, you're never going to get better, so just stick with what you got. I mean, if that's loser mentality. You don't want a loser mentality in your program. Arkansas got to national prominence. They can, again, with the right coach. They're just going to have to make sure they get the right coach. That's going to be key. We're going to continue to discuss this. Take your phone calls, 877-377-6963. More of the Morning Rush coming up in 2 minutes. Stay with us, folks.
If you're a landowner, hobby farmer, or full-time farmer, Bush Machine and Tractor knows how important this time of year is for you. So make the most of it with a brand new Branson tractor. Offering tractors from 19 to 105 horsepower, they have the tractor that's right for you. Make the most of your time this year and ask about their special financing options and free loader rebates. Arkansas's #1 Branson dealer is Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith. Check out their inventory at bushtractor.com.
Doe's Eat Place is the best of the best steakhouse in the River Valley. Award-winning steaks in a great atmosphere is what you will experience every time. Doe's Eat Place offers over 150 selections of wine, including 50 Cabernets, 200 spirits, including 80 whiskeys, bourbons, and scotch, and 75 beers, with 20 different local beers and 50 imported and craft beers. Everything you need for a memorable evening is at Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd in Fort Smith. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 Friday and Saturday. Call 784-9111 for reservations.
If you have experience transporting frozen and refrigerated goods and want to be part of a trucking family with insurance and be home every week, you need to contact Brent Higgins Trucking. Since 1997, Brent Higgins Trucking in Mulberry has been proudly delivering to and from various areas of the United States, including but not limited to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Brent Higgins Trucking, where you're a name, not a number. Call them at 479-997-2366 or log on to BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
A whole lot of blue sky, lots of sunshine today. Our high this afternoon, upper 60s to near 70. Partly to mostly cloudy, a few isolated showers or storms possible tonight, and overnight low mid to upper 40s. We're expecting to see a stray shower or thunderstorm north on Thursday. Our high will be in the lower 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by OG&E Weatherization Program for Arkansas customers with homes at least 10 years old. Call 1-800-272-9741 for details.
Radio
or log on to OGE.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith from the Bush and Bushlight Studios. This is ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios.
We didn't come to paint. We came to win the game.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
First of all, very few people listen to your radio show. That's the good news. Let me just tell you.
Streaming live from
Hit that line.
.com.
I got that wood, and that's how you pronounce it. Ain't Arkan. It's Arkansas, baby.
This
Y'all better put him in the Heisman.
is
Smile.
The Morning Rush.
Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me?
With John Neighbors.
Call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone.
Tommy Kraft.
I thought that was one of the worst officiated games I've ever seen.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Nick Mason, Ty Richardson, all in studio with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning this morning. Going to be joined by Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette here in about a half an hour. Talk about Mike Anderson and the big news of him being fired yesterday as the Razorback men's head basketball coach. We'll also, at around 8 o'clock this morning, be joined by Jeff Goodman of WatchStadium.com. Get a national perspective of what Arkansas's job is right now, the reaction to Mike Anderson, and also where does Arkansas go from there. And, of course, continuing to take your phone calls. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. Reacting to Mike Anderson no longer being the Razorback men's head basketball coach. Let's go to the phone lines again. Britt is in Fort Smith. What's going on, Britt?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself, man?
I'm hanging in there. I'll tell you what, I'm pissed off right now.
Okay.
I'm fired up. I don't think they should have got rid of Mike Anderson, man. I believe you're going to regret it. I believe they're all going to regret it. All these people that jump on the bandwagon so quick off a bad season with 9 freshmen. A guy that runs a clean university, cares about the kids, and gives his all to it, his dream job, I feel like it's a big mistake. I believe he deserved at least one more year with them freshmen. I mean, I heard it yesterday, and I've been pissed off since. And I think they're going to regret it. I think you're going to see Mike go to another program and beat us every time he sees us. And, I think he's a great coach. Back when he was assistant coach for Noah Richardson, I went to the 94, 95 basketball camps. I played with little Mike Anderson, Bo Richardson on 5-on-5 team. He was my coach for the 5-on-5 team. He's a great guy, great coach, great motivator.
Let me ask you something real quick. Let's take emotion out of it for just 1 second. He's a great coach, like great.
Well, I mean, I believe he has the potential, yes, to be
No.
great.
No, hold on. What is he right now? Not potentially.
He's a good coach.
Not what
He's a
can he
good
do
coach
if he
right
gets
now.
the McDonald's All-Americans. Okay.
I mean, but I just, it's like, I never get mad about Brett Bielema. I believed in that and everything like this. This right here is really got me mad. I mean, I just can't believe they cut the man loose. I mean, doing what he does to this university, knowing how much he cares. I mean, it was just a
Well, Britt, let me ask you this, Britt. Let me ask you this, okay? Because I understand your concern, and you say that they're going to regret it. Which, you know what? It depends on who they hire. But say if they hired somebody, if Yurachek and the board hired somebody that ended up being really good and elevating Arkansas and being back to a tournament team every year and all of that, would you still have the same feelings about it?
And what if you're in the Sweet 16? What if you're playing this time next year in the Sweet 16?
I believe Mike would have got it there. It's just so quick to, he showed his potential in some, like the North Carolina, 5 points, controversial calls at the end, and they went on to win the national championship right there. I mean, he got dealt some crappy hands in the tournaments a couple years ago where we could have, I think, made it all the way. And, he's just a great guy, great coach, and clean program. The kids, you can tell on Twitter what these kids care about him. He takes chances on kids that people probably wouldn't even look at and gives them a chance and coaches them up. And
that's part of the problem, though. That's part of the problem, though, too. You can't get too many guys that nobody else will look at but you.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, too. And, I don't know, man. I just think it's going to come around and bad. It's going to be bad.
Well,
I think they're going to regret it.
Well, I mean, we don't know right now. Appreciate the phone call, Brett. We don't know right now.
No. I do. Okay. Even if you hold on. But just take this for a second.
Come on in here then.
Even if you follow this up with Pelfrey, let's say that you get another guy that's like Pelfrey, right? You're not then. I mean, it's not going to be to where you're so crushed and you say, "Oh my goodness, we made a huge mistake." Looking back at what happened over the last 8 years, that's what we want for the next 8 years. You see what I'm saying? I mean, like, even if you go get a guy that is a disaster, the risk, it's still worth taking that risk so you can potentially make it to a Final Four or Elite Eight or a Sweet 16, and that's something that the board just didn't feel like Mike was trending towards.
That happens, you'll potentially have a new AD.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, see, I don't know, though, because I'm of the mindset I don't really think that he's about to have complete say in this next hire anyway. I don't think this is about to be something to where he goes find his guy, then he gets it approved. I think this is going to be a team effort.
I mean, interesting watch
where they
to see
allow
what
him
happens
to
here.
chime in. Yeah. Because, I mean, we all know the athletic director right now is not running the show at Arkansas.
I'm group efforts, I'm out on coaching hires. I mean, group efforts never work out.
Yeah.
You're telling me it's going to be a group effort?
Well, that's what it's about to be.
Hey, and look, can I also get this?
I'm not encouraged.
For all that is holy, do not hire a search firm. I think that is the dumbest thing when an athletic departments hire search firms.
That's why you have $1 million a year AD.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
He's not $1 million.
But right, yeah,
guy,
that's what I thought. That's the job of an athletic director.
That is it, exactly.
Yeah, so I hate it when programs go out and hire search firms, and I hope Arkansas doesn't do this because there's a lot of times where those search firms, in fact, most of the time they don't work out. So just don't do it that way either. Hunter Yurchek, the board, the group, whoever's going out and making the decision, go out and make the decision. Don't hire somebody outside to make the decisions for you. Let's go back to the phone lines. David is in South Arkansas. What's going on, David?
Good morning, gentlemen. Just a few comments, if I may, please.
Okay.
When I was watching games, I saw horrible fundamentals.
Oh, right. Well, we lost you there, David.
Hang on.
We got don't have him anymore.
Cell phone.
Yeah, sorry about that, David.
Call back, David.
Yeah, it's talking about fundamentals. Let's go back to it. Justin's in Greenwood. What's going on, Justin?
I think that this situation is sad with Mike Anderson, but ultimately it's a business decision. I love Mike Anderson, but I do think that it was time for some fresh blood, and we need a coach that wants to win consistently and can put a consistent product out on the court. And I just don't think that Arkansas has really sustained a consistent level and a consistent product from even game to game. And I really don't think that he was a really good recruiter. Arkansas, believe it or not, has some pretty good talent in state, but we consistently let that talent leave and go to other schools, and oftentimes schools that we are competing against. And I think his biggest downfall was that he's too loyal to his assistant coaches. I like them. TJ Cleveland, Scotty Thurman, they're good people, but I just don't think that they were strong enough to get the job done, and Mike couldn't do it on his own.
Yeah.
I wish him luck in the future. I'm not super excited because, a guy did lose his job, but I think.
Yeah, appreciate the phone call, Justin. That's where everyone's at right now. At least by and large, there's been a few people that have called in that say they didn't agree with the decision, but it is a business and it is about getting better and improving. And let's just put it this way too: if you had to give a grade to Mike Anderson in his 8 years, just a letter grade, what would you give Mike Anderson? Just if you were a teacher, grading a paper.
And this is gonna sound like an excuse, and that's fine. People keep saying like this 8-year stuff. I'm more of what have you done for me recently? You know what I mean? Like I'm more of a 4-year guy, a 5-year guy. This is what you've done in the last 5. Because what he did in the first 3 or 4, that didn't help him at all.
Okay, so just take the past 5 years.
But yeah,
then.
probably. Probably C+, B-. Like, is there anything
I'm more
in
the last
between
3.
there?
Where are we at the last 3 years? Probably go B-.
Yeah.
Been in tournaments, So that's where I'd be.
Yeah. But because what it comes down to is, did Mike Anderson accomplish what you thought he would? Obviously, if he was, he would not be in the situation and he would not be fired. But were you at least a little surprised, though, that when he was hired as Arkansas's head basketball coach, that he wasn't able to get it back to at least a program that was making the tournament on a very often basis? Because I think that was the expectation. He did it at Missouri, he did it at UAB. I think people expected at least that, maybe even more at Arkansas, because you felt like Arkansas was in a better position to do that.
You can make the case he did for a chunk of his tenure here, right? Because it was 4 out of 5? 3 out of,
As far as what?
Making the postseason?
Postseason. 4 out of 5. Yeah. So, he did make the postseason. And it's also crazy to think, too, that, if you remember what he gave up at Missouri to come to Arkansas, he could have had a Final Four team.
Yeah.
It was just that talented. So,
but it was his one and only chance. And that's really what I think is the painful part to a lot of us that are, really wished it had worked out, understands it was the right move, that this was Mike's dream job. In a lot of ways, this was Arkansas's dream coach, since Nolan.
Of course.
This was the perfect setup. You wanted this to work out. And again, I sum it up. It's just a shame it didn't work out.
I know.
But in the end, it just didn't work out.
It is what it is. Yeah, you got to be able to move on from it.
And just like y'all keep saying, though, he was, and I'm not going to say necessarily how close he was to being here for 8 more years or for 5 more years, but for sure being here for a couple more seasons. I mean, you can bring up about 10 different things that would have gotten him another season or 2.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We got a lot of phone calls. We're going to try to get to them all. We're going to try to get to everyone's reactions, as it is a big morning talking about the firing of Mike Anderson. This is the Morning Rush, and we are presented by Williams Tractor.
Hey, it's never too early to start planning for the upcoming season. Stop by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and in Berryville during the Kick the Tires event. It's through the end of this week with great in-store deals and financing options on New Holland equipment. Choose from New Holland tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, even construction equipment. Now through the end of the month, so hurry by and kick the tires at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville and in Berryville.
Honest Razorback talk that never yields. This is the Morning Rush.
Kick off the season the right way with a new RV from Crabtree RV in Alma. Crabtree is extending our RV show pricing all season long. Check out our spring show specials like a Salem 207 with a slide and bunks for $147 a month. And with RV show pricing, you can take up to $10,000 off of MSRP on new travel trailers and up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels. And we'll still give you more for your trade than the other guys. At Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
This is the Morning Rush.
Thinking of building a new home? Doing a little remodeling? Need a new roof or siding? Or thinking about any other home improvement project? Call Infinity Property Development at 414-4102 for a quote today. They will work with you and give you options to fit your budget. Large jobs, small jobs, or anything in between? Infinity Property Development does them all. Infinity Property Development can turn any vision into reality. Call them today at 414-4102 and start your vision today.
Is your home at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? OG&E is offering Arkansas customers a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, our crews will install measures that will save you money. The services provided through this program are absolutely free to qualifying homes. If you could benefit from free home weatherization improvements, call OG&E at 1-800-272-9741. That's 1-800-272-9741.
Are you tired of your increasing home and business rates? Go see the Matt White Insurance Agency today so he can review your policies so you can plan the next year with confidence. They have new products and new rates, which is beneficial in finding the policy that best fits your needs. Call the Matt White Insurance Agency today at 434-5101 and let them help with all your business and home needs. The Matt White Insurance Agency, a solution to every need.
Tired of all the broken promises and broken equipment at your current gym? The Fort Smith Athletic Club is the nicest and most well-equipped fitness and tennis club in the area, with a state-of-the-art fitness center, Pilates, fitness classes, personal and group training, and the best tennis facilities in the region. 7 outdoor courts, 5 indoor courts, plus pickleball and racquetball courts, and free child care is included. The Fort Smith Athletic Club. Call 452-4031 for membership information.
Get massive price reductions during March Mania at Orr Chevrolet in Fort Smith. Orr Chevy is taking $7,000 off new body style 2019 Silverados and $10,000 off 2019 Tahoes and Suburbans. Folks, you haven't seen $10,000 off new Tahoes and Suburbans in ages, but it's happening today in Fort Smith. Or get 0% for 72 months for the first time ever on new 2019 Silverados. March Mania also means lower prices and payments on smaller Chevys, like a Chevy Equinox for $21,437 or $327 a month, or a Chevy Spark $10,991 or $174 a month. Plus, with any new vehicle sold, Orr Chevy will give you a lifetime powertrain warranty, 2 years of free maintenance, and free car washes for life. So don't miss March Mania at the River Valley's favorite, Orr Chevrolet on Auto Park Drive under the giant American flag. Payments based on 75 months at 4% APR with approved financing and 99 or newer non-GM trades. Surf OrChevyFS.com for more details. Chevy, find new roads.
It's time to gear up for your favorite season, off-roading season. Because with BF Goodrich Mud-Terrain TAKM3 tires, you can take on the tough. Between March 20th and April 10th, 2019, get a $50 or $70 reward card after submission with purchase of 4 new BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. What are you building for?
Get BF Goodrich tires from Southern Tire Mart, 9700 Highway 271 South at I-540 in Fort Smith.
See bfgoodrichtires.com/promo for complete details. A full list of qualifying tires. Offer expires 4/10/2019. Void where prohibited.
At Michelob Ultra, we know it's not just about how much you work out every day. It's about how much you work into every day, too. So we brew our beer for those who realize that expending calories should never come at the expense of spending time with friends. Those who understand that just because you work out doesn't mean you can't go out. And that's why we brew Michelob Ultra to have 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a crisp, clean taste. Michelob Ultra, brewed for those who live fit, live fun, live Ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2018 Michelob Ultra Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
ESPN 95.3. Spitting the most fire takes you'll ever hear all morning long. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. Continue to take your reactions to the firing of Mike Anderson, and we'll do that here in just a second. But first, we're going to tell you about Crabtree RV.
Yeah, RV show price is extended right now at Crabtree RV in Alma. Payments start at $147 a month with discounts and rebates up to $15,000 off on fifth wheels, up to $10,000 off on travel trailers, and zero down on virtually everything right now. Plus, if you need some service work, you need some body and paint repair done, they've got their service center up and ready to roll. Just give them a call and make your appointment for de-winterization or some of that service and body work and paint repair. They can take care of that right now in their service and collision center at Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off of I-40, Crabtree RV. It's where your family's dreams come true.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Robbie is in San Diego. What's going on, Robbie?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself, man?
Doing pretty good, man. Long time I've been listening to you guys. Haven't had a chance to call in. Work's kept me a little busy. So I was out here my wife's birthday yesterday, strolling around. Wasn't really on my phone much. And then, rolled over, 4 a.m. and I saw that Mike had been fired. And I immediately perked up with joy, and I haven't been able to go back to sleep. So what I'm excited about is the fact that we finally recognize the fact that it's not about what necessarily has been done in the past, but where we're going in the future. And we just got to point to recruiting. I mean, the next 2 years are going to be a crapshoot, depending upon who we bring in and then who they can kind of convince to come in. With it's going to be late trying to get somebody some quality players in. And the other thing that's kind of nauseating to me is the guys like Gabe Osabuoyan who are taking to Twitter, whining about Mike Anderson getting fired. And I don't tweet at athletes, but I tweeted at him this morning, and I was like, you know what, Gabe, this is a business. One, it's a business. And two, you might want to look at the mirror with all the bricks that you threw up in the games that you lost, because that's really what it comes down to.
Jeez, Robbie.
I mean, it's his
Come
guy.
on, Robbie.
Beating his guy.
It has nothing to do with the players on the roster. It has everything to do with the fact that we just didn't win. And
but Robbie, I mean, you got to understand, though, those players, I mean, that's their coach. That's their guy that they saw every day. That's the guy that recruited them, that gave them a chance. I mean, you got to understand why they're a little emotional about it. I mean, it's tough.
I get why they're upset, but you know what? If you're upset, keep it within your circle, because you bring yourself open to a lot of criticism whenever you go out there and start bashing at all the fan bases and talking about how people need to quit being Razorback fans and this and that. But listen, this is a business decision, plain and simple. Because had we kept Mike Anderson, there is no future for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Players don't want to go to Arkansas. They want to be recruited by teams. And the only players that we've had that have gone to Arkansas are the ones that have wanted to go to Arkansas. And that's the problem. It's like Dan Gafford could have gone anywhere. He went to Arkansas because he wanted to be a Razorback. How many Dan Gaffords are out there that are high quality players, high basketball IQ, that want to be Razorbacks? We don't have that right now. And we can't just hope for recruiting. Tommy, I know you said this a lot, a million times. Hope is not a plan, nor is it a course for success. And that's where we were as a program. And I think that's why Hunter Yurchek pulled the plug, because that's what was required.
Yeah, appreciate the phone call, Robbie, as always, man. I mean, those are the kind of the nasty times about it, because I know when John Pelfrey was fired, Nick Mason started crying like a baby. So it took to Twitter and started trashing everybody. I think that's what happened.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, somebody took me to town on a tweet. I tweeted out, and like all my teammates retweeted it, and it was something like coaches don't take last second shot, or coaches don't make turnovers and take last second shots. And somebody quoted my tweet and said, "Yeah, you idiot, but they recruit y'all that do." and so I understand the whole like going out there, especially for people like Gabe, because no other high major would have gave Gabe a chance.
Yeah.
Mason Jones, same exact way.
Yeah, let's go back to the phone lines. Danny's in Nashville. What's going on, Danny?
Morning, fellas.
Morning.
When we hired Mike Anderson, you looking at his past success, I was happy with that, but just never got there from here, or never got there when he got here. But I think with the money they're offering, they ought to be able to get a good coach. If you get a coach that can come in and just build a wall around the state and get the best players out of Arkansas, I think we can be elite again. But it all starts with recruiting. And people that say we can't be elite again, maybe not to the Kentucky level, but if we can just keep the best in-state players in the next, 5 to 10 years, I think we'll be all right. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate the phone call, Danny. Well, that's what it comes down to is recruiting, and that's why when Nick said that what type of coach you need to get in to Arkansas, you need to get in a coach that can recruit, coach that can go out and get elite players and keep a lot of the elite players in state. Because how many great players have come out of the state just in the past 10 years? And it's just.
Off the top of my head, probably 8 pros.
Yeah, that's not like it's in football where it's like you get 1, 2, 3 pros every 3 or 4 years, maybe. And this is a completely different thing. And so it's just, you got to approach it to where you got to get a coach in there that can recruit. And if Mike Anderson would have kept all those players in state, this wouldn't even be an issue right now. But that's another thing that goes against him, is just he was unable to get those elite players, those once-in-a-generation type players in state, and to be able to build upon it. So, there's just so many elements to really break down from all of this, all of the things that are going on. And I know we're getting blown up with phone calls. We'll try to get to all those, folks. I know it's a really busy day here on the Morning Rush. Really appreciate you all listening in as well. More of your phone calls and more of the Morning Rush coming up next. Stay with us.
Great houses start with a great foundation, and that foundation starts with a mortgage from OneTrust Home Loans, offering low rates and personalized, creative home lending solutions. And our decisions are made quickly, so you can move into your dream home sooner. OneTrust Home Loans has provided that foundation of great homes throughout the state of Arkansas and Missouri. Hi, this is Matt Fowler with OneTrust Home Loans. The home buying process can be stressful, but I am here to make sure that your loan process goes fast, easy, smooth as possible, and we close your loan on time. We have years of experience in diverse loan programs offering FHA, VA, conventional, and 0% down payment programs. Don't be sorry. Start your mortgage foundation right. Call OneTrust Home Loans today at 870-600-0063 or visit us in Mountain Home, Harrison, Rogers, or Clinton.
NMLS 46375, an equal housing lender.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
At CVS Pharmacy at Target, we put a little extra heart into everything we do, like actively looking to save you money. Generics, 90-day refills, even rewards. Get a $5 Target coupon for every 10 prescriptions. On your next Target run, stop by CVS Pharmacy. We're the place with the big heart. Not valid on all prescriptions, including those purchased in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. Other restrictions apply. See cvs.com/extracare-target or the pharmacy for details. CVS Pharmacy at Target. Health is everything.
The morning show that knows the Hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Your number one Arkansas fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Jerry Roller Insurance is a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Jerry Roller Insurance today at 479-785-5555 or visit their website at jerryroller.com. Again, that's 479-785-5555 or visit their website at jerryroller.com.
Callaway Golf will have a factory-trained fitting specialist on site Friday, March 29th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Golf Nut. Come try out the new Epic Flash driver and fairway woods. Appointments are suggested for all custom fits. Also in stock are the new Ping G410 TaylorMade M5 and M6 and Cobra F9 driver and fairway woods. New shoes from FootJoy, Adidas, New Balance, Skechers, and Echo have arrived in time to start the golf season. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
ESPN 95.3. Don't just listen. Watch The Morning Rush on Hit That Line's Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube page. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush, where we are brought to you by OG&E.
Yeah, their free weatherization program is available right now. If you have a home in Arkansas and you're an OG&E customer, call 800-272-9741. They'll come out and do a free energy audit right now and see if they can increase your comfort and lower your bills. Trained crew will perform this audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, the crew will install measures that could include attic insulation, LED light bulbs, weather stripping, advanced power strips, smoke alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, and much, much more. It's absolutely free. So call and see if you qualify. 800-272-9741. That's 800-272-9741 for OG&E's free weatherization home improvement program.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Jim is in Searcy. What's going on, Jim?
Hey, how you doing this morning? Well, you know, I'm a Mike Anderson man, but you know, hey, let's get us a good coach in here and somebody that can keep these players together, and hopefully we can keep some of them. But we definitely don't need to be tweeting players.
No,
that
doesn't need to be happening.
I agree with you guys 100%. I mean, and I looked at some of the players' Twitters last night, and I mean, there was people bashing them and stuff on their shooting and this and that. Hey, guys, that's not the way we need to be as fans. First thing you know, they'll be using against us in recruiting and stuff. So, anyway, appreciate you guys. I appreciate you letting everybody have their say, and let's move on and woo Pig Suey. Let's go.
All right, appreciate the phone call, Jim.
Let me make a quick comment on the fans going at the players. That passion level, though, is the passion level that, and I keep bringing up this example, sold out 6 or 7 times last year for an average basketball team.
Yeah.
And I've been on the other end of that passion whenever Monk decided to go to Kentucky over Arkansas. And I had a buddy that actually sat back and told me that he was like, well, that's what makes Arkansas fans great, because they don't let anybody off the hook. So I understand, yeah, you don't want to be going at the players, but these are still the same fans that for average basketball teams will sell arenas out.
I'll never be a part of encouraging that. I mean,
I'm not encouraging it, but I'm saying though that passion level can't, like, it's not a switch. It can't like come on and go off.
You either have it or you don't.
You either have it or you don't.
But yeah, you don't need to do it that way.
But when players go after fans a little bit, that doesn't help relations. We'll put it that way.
Because most players were tweeting out.
But I understand why players are hurt right now.
Okay, and most of the players coming out and saying, y'all got what you wanted. It is kind of like in a way.
Help.
Yeah, it didn't just help things.
And I'm just going to say this, too. All those players don't feel like that.
Yeah, I know. Let's go back to the phone lines. Michael's in Hot Springs. What's going on, Michael?
Good morning, sir. How y'all doing? Sir, I wanted to touch on a few points. I think what ultimately done Mike in was losing the Butler sure didn't help his case whatsoever a few years ago. Then you look at the North Carolina game where we should have won that game. We just didn't win enough games that we should have won. And I look at the talent on the floor, it's mediocre at best. I love Mike Anderson. I'm a Nolan Richardson supporter. I really wanted it to work out, but 8 years is a very long time, and I think it was just time to make a change.
Yeah. Appreciate the phone call, Michael. I mean, again, everybody's feeling that same way, it seems like. It's just you wanted it to work out, but unfortunately it didn't. That's the situation you find yourselves in. So, but we're going to be joined by Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette on the other side of the break, someone who's covered Mike Anderson for a very long time and
Probably
get his thoughts.
Every one of his 25 years
Pretty
as an
sure,
assistant and head coach.
Yeah, and he's had a good relationship with Mike, so I'm sure that we'll be interested to see what Bob has to say about it.
Hey, it is tax season right now, and get your tax return and take it to Southern Tire Mart, Highway 271 and 540 in Fort Smith. You can count on Southern Tire Mart for the best in-class service for all your automotive needs. They offer America's most trusted tire brands, including the best-selling in the area, Toyo Tires. And don't forget their $24.95 oil change as well. It's Southern Tire Mart, Highway 271 and 540. Stop in and see them or call them at 646-2674.
Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us, folks. This is The Morning Rush.
Guys, are you tired of all the hassles with your CPAP machine? Putting on the mask every night, cleaning or replacing hoses and filters? Tired of taking it on trips and wondering where you're going to plug it in? And don't forget the distilled water. You need a solution. River Valley Sleep Solutions. Replace your CPAP with an innovative custom-fitted mouthguard. Medical insurance is accepted, and financing options are available. Find out more at rivervalleysleep.com. That's rivervalleysleep.com.
Ford Truck Month is back at Dunn Ford Country in Stigler, Oklahoma. During Ford Truck Month at Dunn Ford Country, 000 is our message. That's 0% financing up to 72 months WAC. That's 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days on most 2018 Ford F-150 trucks. The F-Series has been America's best-selling truck for 42 years, and we have been there for all of them. Come see us at Dunn Ford in Stigler or on the web at DunnFordCountry.com. Remember, at Dunn Ford Country, make us a reasonable offer, and it's a done deal, my friend.
So, how many trucks?
3 one-ton diesels, 7 half-tons, trailers, chippers, then some smaller trucks, cars, and SUVs.
And who takes care of them?
Shoot, we go all over. Have no clue even if they're getting the proper oil or if the wheel bearings on the trailers are ever checked. Total mess.
And how much is that fleet worth?
To me, a lot.
Jody'sAuto.com can do all the service, repairs, maintenance, and tires, gas and diesel. Get you in and out quickly at fleet pricing and track all your vehicles to make sure everything is being done when it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, but my guys want someplace close to them. That's why we go all over the place.
Did I mention Jody'sAuto.com has 3 locations, 2 in Fort Smith and 1 in Van Buren?
Now we are talking. Jody'sAuto.com. Great idea.
The difference between making money and losing your shirt, taking care of your equipment, and keeping your people on the job. Jody'sAuto.com, they can handle it. Gas and diesel, tires, service, repairs, maintenance, towing, in and out quickly. Jody'sAuto.com.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light. Please drink responsibly. Who needs coffee in the morning when you have John Neighbors and Tommy Kraft? This is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Been discussing all show long the big news coming out yesterday around 4 p.m. that Mike Anderson is no longer the head men's basketball coach of the University of Arkansas. I've had a lot of calls, a lot of tweets, a lot of texts, a lot of everything of people reacting to this, and there's been a lot of different opinions about the decision on it, and we're going to continue to discuss that as we welcome in Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette to talk a lot about it. Now, Bob, before we get into the interview, just wanted to verify with you, have you been covering the Arkansas Razorbacks and the basketball team pretty much since Mike Anderson has been at Arkansas, even dating back to 1985 when the staff came over to Arkansas?
That'd be right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so just wanted to make sure. So first off, we'll just start with the reaction. Obviously, the timing of it all was a little weird for a lot of people trying to figure out exactly where it was at. But when you heard the news about Mike Anderson being let go from Arkansas, what was your initial reaction to it?
I was surprised just kind of by the timing. I thought after they lost to Florida by 16 in the SEC tournament that something could possibly happen. But when they accepted an NIT bid, I thought, well, if you're going to make a coaching change, you don't accept the NIT bid because you're obviously, or hopefully you're not going to retain or fire a coach based on the outcome of some NIT games. And I think I'm sure it did do those players some good to go to Providence and win and play Indiana tough. Especially without Daniel Gafford, they kind of got a taste of what it'll be like next season. But my feeling was if you're going to make a coaching change, you just do it after the conference tournament, get a jump on the next season. But maybe Hunter Yurchek didn't have his mind made up. I don't know. I thought if they went to the NIT, that meant they weren't making a coaching change. But of course, Nebraska did the same thing. They went to the NIT and then fired their coach. So maybe that's a new trend. But I'm not shocked it happened, except I thought if you took an NIT bid, that probably meant you were making a change.
Bob, in your opinion, what were 2, 3, 4? What were the pivotal moments for this in this season for Mike Anderson that you think were the decision-making points? What led to this decision, and what could have been different for Mike if some things had went different this year?
Well, it's funny. I don't know if people want to hear this or care about it, but, in the preseason, even with Daniel Gafford on the team, expected to be one of the best players in the country and one of the best in the SEC for sure. Arkansas was picked 10th in a media poll at SEC Media Days. And so if you're picked 10th, that probably means people don't think you're going to go to the NCAA tournament. I remember talking to some people there like Jay Billis and Jimmy Dykes, and they thought Arkansas could be in the running for an NCAA bid just because the feeling was the SEC would be so strong that if you could, say, go 500 in the SEC, you'd have a solid shot at the NCAA tournament because your strength of schedule would be really good with the SEC. Coming off an 8-bid NCAA tournament season and expected to do about that well, and they got 7 teams in as it turned out. But this team was picked to finish 10th, and I think if you'd asked before the season if an NIT bid would be a good season, I probably would have said yes. Now maybe I'm not as optimistic or as demanding or whatever his fans would be, but I think when this team got off to a good start, 6-1, they beat an Indiana team that everybody thought was going to be pretty good, and ultimately went to the NIT. I think people felt like they should have beaten Texas, or everybody thought it was going to be an NCAA tournament team. They ended up being an NIT team. But I think the expectations got heightened, and then the team struggled to execute in late-game situations. Won some big games at the end, like winning at LSU and beating Indiana here, but had a lot of late-game execution issues, like when they lost to Texas Tech, when they lost at Missouri. You can name a lot. When they lost here to Florida, that was a 6-point loss ultimately, but I think it was a 2-point game with 30-something seconds left and Arkansas had possession. So I think the close losses caught up to them. And, this was the most home losses Mike had ever had, 12-6. Most they ever had before was 4. So I think there were some heightened expectations, and people felt like they were, if they would have executed these better in these close losses, they probably could have been an NCAA tournament team. So I think ultimately that's what it cut up to Mike. And I think if you make a change and you're the AD, you feel like things aren't trending in the right direction, even though, Mike could argue that, hey, we took a young team on the road without Daniel Gafford and played, beat Providence pretty well and played Indiana tough. But I think ultimately the home losses, this was his first losing SEC record since his first season. Kind of like Brett Bielema, you want to feel like you're better, later in your tenure than you are at the start of your tenure. Although I think that year they were 6-10. This year they were 8-10. With an expanded conference schedule, so not quite as bad. But I think all those things kind of conspired against Mike, and maybe the feeling that the fan base was ready for a change.
Speaking with Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette right now on the Morning Rush. Bob, when Mike Anderson was at UAB in his first head coaching gig, he went to a Sweet 16. When he was at Missouri, he took a program that was really in shambles and got it to go into the NCAA tournament on the regular, went to an Elite Eight, and really left a team from Missouri that was capable of making it to the Final Four to come to Arkansas. Were you surprised that Mike Anderson wasn't able to recapture some of that success that he had at his previous 2 stops at Arkansas? Because it felt like Arkansas was a better setup and a better job than those 2, but still was unable to get to the same level of success.
Yeah, and I think that's what ultimately caught up to Mike too. I agree. UAB, he went there, and they'd had some success under Gene Bartow, but they were down, and he took them to 3 straight NCAA tournaments. And as you alluded to, the Sweet 16 when they beat Kentucky, who was the number 1 seed, at Missouri, which has never been to a Final Four. The farthest they've ever been is in the Elite Eight, and he had like a 31-7 season there and beat John Calipari in Memphis. It lost to UConn in the Elite Eight, and as you said, left a loaded team for Frank Haith that won over 30 games and then got upset in the first round by Norfolk State. But you feel like Mike, who knows what Mike might have done with that team? Might have gone to a Final Four. Who knows? But yeah, you felt like the ceiling's higher at Arkansas because they won the national title and gone to multiple Final Fours. And it's not like Mike did a bad job. He never had a losing record. He won 26 games one year, won 27 another. went to 3 NCAA tournaments in the previous 4 years to this. Could have gone to at least one more, maybe a couple if things had fallen right, but it didn't. But, yeah, I think that's another thing that frustrated the fans and ultimately the administration was that they felt like he would, do as well or better than he did those other stops. Once he got to go to those places, he went to the NCAA tournament consistently. His last 3 years at Missouri, his last 3 years at UAB, and it just didn't happen for him here at Arkansas like that.
Bob, how do you sum up Mike's 8 seasons as head coach at Arkansas?
I think he won. He didn't win big enough. I mean, he always had competitive teams and never had a losing record. I honestly think when they went 16-16, the 2015-16 season, I thought that was one of his better jobs because they obviously lost Bobby Portis, which wasn't a big surprise. They did lose Michael Claus, which was a surprise, and then Michael ended up tearing up his knee in an NBA workout. Who knows if he would have stayed healthy if he had come back to Arkansas. But, if Michael Claus had come back, that would have been a totally different team. People may laugh about this, but when they had to dismiss Ja'Cory Williams, I think that was a big loss. I think he was ready to have a good senior year, average 10 or 12 points, 7 or 8 rebounds. He ended up redshirting, transferring to Middle Tennessee, redshirting, becoming Conference USA Player of the Year, helping them go to the NCAA tournament. And now I think he's playing pretty well in the G League. So, and then they also had the issue where they had some players involved with a counterfeiting deal, and they had to suspend them. And Anton Beard was away from the team for about 4 months, I think. So I think if they have Michael Claus or if Ja'Cory Williams is able to play, or if Anton Beard is there that whole time, that team might have been a lot different. They had a lot of close losses. If you look back, losing in overtime at Dayton, which I think won like 26 games, and losing in overtime at Georgia, that team was very close to going to NIT, and maybe if those things hadn't happened that I mentioned, maybe the NCAA tournament. So, I think he had a good tenure. He definitely got they're having APR issues to the extent they had to lose a scholarship. He got the academics straightened out. Outside of that issue I mentioned about the counterfeiting thing, they had very few discipline problems. Guys graduated. They did a lot of community service. People may not care about that, but I think that's a valuable thing, having your team involved in the community, helping underprivileged kids. So they did a lot of good things off the court, but ultimately, and they went on the court. It just didn't win enough for what's expected at a program like Arkansas.
What do you think the process will be in the search for Arkansas's next head coach? Will Hunter Yurachek run the process solely by himself?
I think so. They haven't said anything. In the past, they've named these committees, sometimes with former players and people who are administrators at the school. But I think those things are kind of setups, because I've talked to people who are on those committees, and they'll say afterwards, "Well, gee, I didn't even know that so and so came in to interview, or this or that," and maybe they get some input. But yeah, I think Hunter sounds like it's going to be a pretty tight process. He's not going to hold a press conference to talk to us at all about it, which I don't like, but that's the way it goes, I guess. Also, the more people you have involved, the harder it is to keep a lid on things. And a big thing in this day and age is if coaches are involved in your search, sitting coaches, they don't want their boosters, maybe their administration is going to know about it, but they don't want it out there that they're talk to you or interested in your job. And so I think it'll be a pretty tight process with Hunter having a pretty tight circle of people involved. Because, like I said, the more people that are involved that you talk to about it, the more leaks there are.
Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Really appreciate you joining us this morning, Bob. I know you've been a busy guy yesterday and today, but appreciate it anyways. Have a good day, man. We'll catch up with you later down the road, all right?
Okay, you guys take care.
You as well, Bob. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. Got to take a commercial break, but before we do, Tommy's going to tell you about Gaston's.
A couple big holidays coming up and some time that you want to make certain that you make great plans for a celebration. First, Easter weekend. Second, Mother's Day weekend. So if those aren't on your radar yet, you need to be thinking about where are we going to go, where are we going to eat, how are we going to celebrate Easter and Mother's Day. You need to be thinking about Gaston's. Call 870-431-5202. They're going to have a great Easter buffet, also a great Mother's Day buffet. But call now, make reservations, because not only for the Easter buffet and the Mother's Day buffet, but also for the weekend. Treat mom to a great weekend on Mother's Day and some great fishing. Also on Easter weekend, kids are out of school on Good Friday. Some school districts are also out on that Monday, so you can make a long weekend of it and have a great weekend of fishing as well right on the White River at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. This is a great fly fishing month as well. The Caddis Hatch is coming in, so right now is a great time to be on the White River. The Browns have really been biting. Got a good fishing report from Clint yesterday at Gaston's, and he said the fishing has just been tremendous all through February and all through March. So right now is a great time to be at Gaston's and enjoying the White River as the brown fishing has been on point this year. So you don't want to miss it. 870-431-5202. Easter and Mother's Day will be here before you know it. Make your reservations at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
The voice of Razorback fans across Arkansas. The Morning Rush continues next.
Right now at Riggs Cat, your local cat dealer, get 0% for 48 months or up to $9,000 cash back on new cat compact equipment. Whether you're looking to buy, lease, or rent, we've got the right solution to fit your job site needs. Call Riggs Cat at 844-RIGGS-LR or visit riggscat.com/TV. That's Riggs Cat at 844-RIGGS-LR or visit riggscat.com/TV. Terms and conditions apply.
Start your summer with a splash and big savings on Doughboy above ground swimming pools. For a limited time, you can save $500 on your purchase of a full Doughboy pool package, including pool, liner, pump, and filter. Invest in a refreshing and relaxing pool for your family and experience the Doughboy difference of unmatched quality, longevity, and safety. Visit BurtonPools.com and get your $500 coupon and see Burton Pools and Spas, 6121 Zero Street in Fort Smith. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Williams Tractor in Berryville, and Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. It's finally 2019, and it's never too early to start planning for the upcoming season. Come see us during the Kick the Tires event going on now for great in-store deals and finance options on all New Holland equipment. Choose from New Holland tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, or construction equipment. But it all ends March 31st, so hurry in to check out the savings during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers.
We are celebrating 50 years at Razorback Camper Sales, and it's spring camping season. All remaining 2018 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups are at rock-bottom prices. Or check out the 2019 Salem Bunkhouse 17-foot travel trailer with outside kitchen, power awnings. It sleeps 6, only $13,990 or $143 a month. Thank you for 50 great years at Razorback Camper Sales. Exit 1 off of the bypass in Hot Springs or online at razorbackcampersales.com.
This is the Morning Rush.
March Mania means lower prices and payments at Orr Nissan in Fort Smith. Like this 2019 Nissan Versa sedan for $12,295 or zero down $191 a month. This 2019 Nissan Altima is $21,510 or zero down $336 a month. And this 2019 Nissan Rogue is $22,323 or zero down $347 a month. March Mania at Orr Nissan on Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith under the giant American flag.
Thirsty yet? Your favorite beer, wines, and spirits are just a quick click away at mysodies.com. Order online or on our app and pick up in the drive-thru. Or come in and we'll help you find something new to try at our tasting area, featuring 8 wines and 8 craft beers. Experience the best at Sodies Wine and Spirits.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here with a better way to drive from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All this month you can spin the wheel and choose your deal. Just spin the wheel for fun prizes, then decide how you want to start driving better. You can win big with up to $3,000 above appraised value on your trade-in, or hit the jackpot with up to $3,000 below retail on the Rath Road Ready vehicle of your choice. You can't lose. Just spin the wheel and choose your deal. Get more for your trade or a bigger discount and start high rolling in a nicer, newer car today. Our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists are there to make your buying experience fun and easy. And our Rath Road Ready inventory takes the gamble out of buying a used car. So visit us today for that nicer, newer car you've been waiting for and the great service after the sale that's made us Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer 4 years running. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
Do you own apartment complexes, condos, and rental property? Then you have made a great investment. Now make another great decision by calling Trinity Multifamily to help you maximize your return. Trinity Multifamily offers full-service property management, marketing, leasing, sales, and all the services to make your cash flow. Take the hassles and frustrations out of ownership and call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. This is your Hog Update, presented by Ozark Sportsman Supply, the biggest and best selection of hunting gear you'll find anywhere. Highway 412 just east of Springdale and Tawnytown, or online at ozarksportsman.net.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. This is your Razorback update. Mike Anderson officially let go from the University of Arkansas yesterday as a head men's basketball coach around 4 p.m. Razorback baseball gets the victory against Missouri State yesterday in Springfield by a score of 8-3. They have Ole Miss, a big series against Ole Miss, coming up this weekend in Baum Stadium. And also, spring practice has resumed for the University of Arkansas football team, and there's going to be a lot of things going on there, a lot of news coming out, and the spring game is actually April 6th, so it's coming up really soon as well. And that is your Hog Update presented by Ozark Sportsman Supply.
Hey, if you're looking for camo, archery supplies, hunting and fishing gear, turkey season just around the corner, you need to head over to Ozark Sportsman Supply. They have everything you're looking for. The largest selection of firearms in the state. They got a huge indoor, temperature-controlled 15-lane shooting range as well. Locally owned and operated. Philip and their crew. Friendly staff, great people, experts that can answer all of your questions. You don't want to miss this place. This is the place. And again, turkey season just around the corner, so check it all out at Ozark Sportsman Supply. Highway 412 just west of Springdale and Tawnytown, or online at ozarksportsman.net.
We've taken a lot of reactions today to the news of Mike Anderson being dismissed as a Razorback basketball coach, but I definitely want to get the opinion of this next person who has called in, who's the host of Man the Mic on ESPN 99.5, and it is Mike Anderson Jr. has called in to give his reactions. Appreciate you calling in, Mike. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain, man. I'm doing all right, man. I'm alive. The sun came up today. It's all good. It's all good, man. How you doing, my station mate?
He's talking to you, Nick.
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing, man. I just wanted to call in. You know what, man? It's been a whirl of a day as far as yesterday, right? A lot of news coming out as far as, the dismissal of Coach Anderson as being the head coach. And, I want you to know this. First of all, it's the first time that, Coach Anderson has ever, been relieved as a head coach. It's a shock in that sense. Let me put it that way. You know what I mean? Like,
So hey, hang on. So whenever you say that, and obviously you're the closest one that any of us know to him, was it like left field? Like nobody saw this coming? He kind of felt the heat, but was this like truly left field? He definitely thought he was going to be back next year.
Well, I mean, you never know with a new athletic director coming in. And that's the whole thing. Jeff Long, when you come in under another guy, and, it's a whole new ball game when a new athletic director is in town. And like I said, it's just one thing when you kind of know who you're coming into. But when, it comes back around and, it's a different guy, it's his first year. And, you always feel the uneasiness. And at the same time, man, I put it like this, man, at this level of basketball, you have to be able to take care of your business beyond, what people say, And I put it like this, man, those guys who are, who are getting it done at the universities, who are expecting it at this certain level. Like, that's the expectation. And so, Mike Anderson had expectations, and he definitely didn't meet them. He didn't meet his expectations that he wanted to do, and I know that for a fact. So,
Mike, we saw your dad's video yesterday, but what are his emotions? I mean, you've been around him. What's he going through right now?
Man, here's the thing, and I'm gonna speak, not for him, but I'm just gonna speak from the perspective of a coaching staff, a family, right? Been through this, It's not the first time we've been fired by Arkansas. Let's get this correct, guys. So, you just kind of, I think, you're hurt. He's hurt. I think he's a little bit hurt. And, he wanted to be able to coach his team next year, for sure.
Do you think, hey, real quick, do you think he's coaching somewhere next season?
I don't see why not. If the right job opens up and he feels like he can go there and get what needs to get done, then for sure. And, that's the thing about it. I don't think that he's going to be hurting for a job. It's not like he came here and he was a perennial loser. He didn't go 0 for 18. Let me put it that way. And so, Arkansas has its own expectations, and that's something that you understand when you come to this job. When you come, when we came from Missouri, and I was on the staff that, Nick, you can attest to this, right? I was on
to find time to keep your house clean. So for the carpets, upholstery, drapes, wood floors, and more, why not leave the cleaning to the professionals? Service Master Clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. A clean carpet isn't all they guarantee. They have over 50 years of experience in the cleaning industry with an unrivaled reputation for service, professionalism, and customer satisfaction. Their employees are professionally trained and well-equipped. They specialize in cleaning carpets, upholstery, draperies, and wood floors to give your home that deep down clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Their knowledgeable, insured, and professional technicians will provide you with a free, no-obligation estimate you can rely on and a guarantee to do the work right the first time, or they'll do it over, no questions asked. That's Service Master Clean. Give Service Master Clean a call today at 646-4087 and get the clean you expect and the service you deserve.
Looking for a high-quality and affordable pre-owned vehicle? Hertz Car Sales offers a wide selection of high-quality cars, SUVs or trucks, amazing customer service, where you can buy direct and save on every car. With inventory arriving daily, why not make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard? Or give them a call at 783-1722. You can also check them out on the web at buyfromhertz.com. Trade-ins are always welcome. Stop by Hertz Car Sales today. You'll be glad you did.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
A whole lot of blue sky, lots of sunshine today. Our high this afternoon, upper 60s to near 70. Partly to mostly cloudy, a few isolated showers or storms possible tonight, and overnight low mid to upper 40s. We're expecting to see a stray shower or thunderstorm north on Thursday. Our high will be in the lower 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by OG&E Weatherization Program for Arkansas customers with homes at least 10 years old. Call 1-800-272-9741 for details or log on at OGE.com.
Radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith. From the Bush and Bushlight Studios. This is ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios.
We didn't come to paint. We came to win the game.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
First of all, very few people listen to your radio show. That's the good news. Let me just tell you.
Streaming live from
hitthatline.com.
I got that one, and that's how you pronounce it. Ain't Arkan. It's Arkansas, baby.
This.
Y'all better put him in the Heisman.
Is
Smile.
The Morning Rush.
Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me?
With John Neighbors.
Call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone.
Tommy Kraft.
I thought that was one of the worst officiated games I've ever seen.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. In the previous segment, we were joined by Mike Anderson Jr., and he was discussing the reactions that he had to the news yesterday of Mike Anderson being relieved of his duties at the University of Arkansas, the head coach's men's basketball team. And Mike, we wanted to keep you on the air, man, to continue your thought that we had to cut you off there at the top of the hour, man.
Oh, no. That's radio, brother. That's radio, brother. So, no, I mean, and I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I want you guys to be able to get your callers in and talk to everybody. But, you know, I just, it's hard. It's hard to, you know, go through being fired from anything in life, right? Everybody has had jobs. You've been let go, or there's people who've been let go, or you got laid off. I mean, it's tough, man. It's definitely tough. And, you know, like I think I tweeted this. I tweeted it on Twitter, and I kind of just said, like, you know, Mike Anderson's gonna be fine. I always think about the staff. I think about the staff. I mean, we got some young guys, you know, young married couples, young kids, young families, and the players. Man, you always think about those guys because Mike Anderson's gonna be fine. And you know, it just wasn't in the cards in Arkansas.
Yeah. Was your dad treated fairly, in your opinion, by the board and the administration?
I think yes. I mean, you know, I, at the end of the day, like, it's about, you know, what you do, and you know, in this industry, you know that you have to basically CYA, and everybody knows what that means. Cover your ASS, and you know, you got to cover yourself, man. You got to win. You have to win. You have to win, and you know, that's the whole thing about this all, man. Recruiting, you can throw it at recruiting and bad circumstances, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all about the program that you're at. It's about those expectations, and you know what, man? You know, Coach A, you know, he got a lot of things that he wanted to accomplish done here, man. You know, we talk about from, you know, the ability to get Coach Richardson recognized for everything that he's done. I mean, that's tremendous, and I mean, that means a lot to him. But at the same time, I know that he's just disappointed because, you know, he feels like it probably could have, you know, a couple circumstances here and there, but he really felt like, you know, this team that was coming back, man, they were going to be really good. They were a couple pieces away. So, you know, definitely some disappointment from that angle.
And this is my last one, and then I'll let you get out of here. You tweeted out yesterday, one thing about it, the powers to be couldn't afford to give Coach A another year. I saw the signs. Was going to be a hell of a year, and then you never get to this point. What did that actually mean?
That just means, you know, if you're going to make a decision, you have to make it right now. And you can't give Mike Anderson another year. And let me explain that, you know, because the sentiment is like, well, we see the trend and all this, but, you know, you give him another year with a team that has had the experience that this team has had, and as close as they were in some games. I recall the 16-60 team, and I talk to Manuel about this all the time, Manny Watkins. And, you know, they were terrible. They were bad. They had no talent. But you know what? I always consider that Coach A's best year because he had to really push those guys and coach them to get to 500. That was not a 500 team. And so, you know, even after that season, man, and I take it all the way back to UAB. After NIT at UAB, you know, you Sweet 16. And even at Missouri, you had that 16-16 year. I think that was my junior year. Yeah, our junior year, we were 16-16 at Missouri. Next season, we were 31-7, Elite Eight. And so, you know, I kind of look at it like, man, you know, you can't give this guy another chance. You can't give Coach A another chance because if you give him another chance, he might knock it out the park. And then what are you stuck with? And so that's why I said the powers to be, man, you know, this college athletics, man, any athletics, anything in life, man, there's so many different layers and so many different people who have input. And so that's why I said, you know what, like, if they would have gave Coach A another year, he might have did something that he probably would have did something that people really, you know, wouldn't have expected, and you would have had to hang on to him. And I mean, you know, every place, you know, sometimes it's just time for a change, you know. And so that's why I said, man, if you're going to make a change, you better do it now. Don't be on the fence about it. Go ahead and make a decision and live with it, because you know what? Like, those guys coming in next year, it's going to be a solid team, man. And you know, I'm talking about a couple of recruits. I'm talking about a couple of bigs that can step out and shoot the ball, spread the court out, make it a little bit more open. And, you know, you're talking about a team like Auburn, dare I say. And I don't go to the Tennessee example because that's the easiest one. But, you know, I was more interested in seeing the team transform to a team like Auburn, where you can spread people out, you can shoot the ball from everywhere, you can attack. And I think he was looking forward to that. He was kind of getting back into that mode. And that's the thing about it, though, man. In this industry and in college coaching, you don't get that much time. You don't get that much time to get what you need to get done. And unfortunately, you know, it just wasn't in the cards out.
Mike Anderson Jr., really appreciate you calling in, man. I know it's been a tough 24 hours for you and your family, but, you know, just know that Razorback fans, by and large, you know, they wish it would have worked out, man. They wish that it all would have worked out for Mike, but appreciate you calling in, man, and giving your thoughts and reactions to it, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. So there you have it, Mike Anderson Jr. calling in. So we have Jeff Goodman of WatchStadium.com on the phone lines, and sorry about that, Jeff, to kind of get to you late, but when the son of the coach calls in, you know, you definitely got to get his reaction. So appreciate you joining us. And just to get right into it, Jeff, with Mike Anderson being dismissed as a Razorback basketball men's coach, that was came as kind of shock as far as timing goes for a lot of Razorback fans. When you heard about this news, what was your initial reaction to that?
I thought it was a 50-50 thing maybe a couple weeks ago. But ultimately, listen, and I hate following up Mike Anderson Jr. because, you know, again, I feel for every coach that gets fired this time of year. It absolutely sucks, and it sucks for me to do my job and have to report on all these. Luckily, I get to report on the hirings as well, which are at least positive for a lot of these guys. I think ultimately the expectations are what they are at Arkansas. They're higher than just to get in the NCAA tournament, right? They want to go to Sweet 16s. They want to have a chance for the Final Four to be mentioned and be an opportunity, even a dream. And there's been no dream of that for a long time, not just under Mike Anderson, but under John Pelphrey, under Stan Heath. And I think Arkansas basketball has the resources, has the support, has the fan, the passion, all of that, again, to be able to get a guy that's not just getting in. Again, he got in 3 of 8 years. Is that enough for Arkansas when you're looking down the road at Auburn and seeing what Bruce Pearl's done the last 2 years? I would have made the move. Personally, I would have made the move. I just felt like, again, the expectations are higher than that at a place like Arkansas.
Where does Hunter Yurachek, Arkansas's AD, go from here with Vanderbilt looking, Bama looking, LSU likely looking, a crowded SEC hiring market in a league that's elevated itself and probably the best SEC basketball market we've seen in 15 years?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. There's a lot going on right now in the SEC, and if Will Wade gets cut loose, and I don't know if that'll happen right away.
And I didn't mention A&M, too.
Yeah, A&M. So A&M's probably going to be Buzz Williams, unless somebody else steps up with a better offer. And, again, maybe Arkansas is that school because Buzz Williams, you know, can recruit Texas from Arkansas. Many people would say Arkansas is a better job than Texas A&M, certainly from a historical standpoint and tradition and everything like that. I think you are looking at, if you're Arkansas and Hunter Yurachek, you're probably looking at Kelvin Sampson because of your relationship with him and the fact that you were on the staff at Houston when Sampson got hired with Mack Rhodes. And I had heard, you know, a couple weeks ago, listen, the only way that they're going to make a move with Mike Anderson is if Hunter Yurachek knew he had somebody like a Kelvin Sampson to be able to bring on board. I'm heading to Kansas City actually tonight, so I'll see Kelvin tomorrow. Listen, there's no doubt he's a great coach. He's won everywhere he's been, including Washington State, where the only other person that wins there is Tony Bennett. So Kelvin Sampson, a hell of a coach. I look at Chris Beard. Again, I don't think he can get him. I think Chris Beard will sit tight at Texas Tech until he can get a Arizona, a Texas, maybe UCLA comes calling. You know, a third name I would look at if I were Hunter Yurachek, if you're striking out. You know, to me, the two top names should be Kelvin Sampson and Chris Beard. And again, Beard, you'd have to make him an insane offer to get him out of Lubbock right now for Arkansas. What about Frank Martin? What about Frank Martin? Final Four a couple years ago, did a great job at Kansas State when he was there. He's not at a basketball school. Could he move within the league? Doesn't happen very often, but I know he would like a job where it's basketball-centric and the resources are there.
Yeah. I like Frank Martin. We were talking about this during a break earlier. Is his lack of tournament appearances a problem to sell to a fan base? Yes, he does have the Final Four. He does have that 1 year, but what about the rest of the years at South Carolina where he's struggled to make the tournament? Is that a hard sell?
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. It's not as easy as Chris Beard, who's about as hot as any coach in the country, and Kelvin Sampson. But if you can't get them, who are you going to? Frank Martin, Mick Cronin from Cincinnati, who's kind of outside the box a little bit. You try to Greg Marshall. I don't know if Alabama tried years ago, put a lot of money on the table. I don't think he goes to Arkansas or Alabama. And then you're talking a lot of kind of mid-major type guys, or do you go after Johnny Dawkins after one good year at UCF? He was not good at Stanford. So to me, if you strike out on Kelvin Sampson, that's the one. And, Steve Forbes is a guy I would look at. He's done a great job at East Tennessee State. Nate Oates at Buffalo, but he's a little outside the comfort zone. He's never been down south. Chris Jans is a guy I'd look at. New Mexico State done a good job. But nobody sticks out after Kelvin.
The word is Arkansas is going to be willing to pay $3.5 to $4 million a year. If that is indeed true, that's certainly, you're talking about strike. It widens the strike zone, so to speak.
Yeah, but Chris Beard's making that already, in that range. So, that's the hard part. In order to lure Chris Beard, I've said it, either Alabama or Arkansas would have to put an insane deal on the table of 8 years, I don't know, $35 million or something like that. I think, again, on the surface, you look at it and you're like, well, why wouldn't he leave Lubbock? Texas Tech's not a great job, basketball. All that is true. But he's making really good money. He likes Lubbock a lot. And I don't know if Alabama or Arkansas are a jump enough for him to make that move with thinking that maybe he can get an elite level job if Arizona opened up in a couple months, depending on what's going on there. If UCLA came calling, although he's really not a fit at UCLA in Westwood, his personality and everything about him, but it would be hard to turn that down.
Now, Jeff, we'll let you get out of here on this. It's been since 1996 since Arkansas has made the Sweet 16. Every other team in the SEC, every other team in the SEC has made the Sweet 16 since Arkansas has. So fans are still hopeful, but is Arkansas still a program that's set up with everything else surrounding it to be a nationally competitive and relevant program like it once was?
You need the right coach. And he needs to hire the right staff. It's not just the head coach, guys. It's the staff you bring in, because the head coach has got so much going on that he relies on his staff at that high major level. So you got to bring in really good assistant coaches who are willing to work, who can evaluate, who can develop guys. So, I think Arkansas can certainly get back towards there, especially with all the things going on within the league right now, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, LSU could be a mess coming out of this. Florida's not Florida. Auburn, let's see if Bruce Pearl can sustain this. Mississippi State's going to fall off a little bit. So, I think they can. I think they can get back. And all you got to be consistently one of the top 3 or 4 programs in the SEC. And there's no reason, in my opinion, that Arkansas, with the support, with the fact that it's one of the few schools in the SEC. How many SEC schools are truly basketball schools?
I mean, maybe one besides Arkansas and Kentucky. I mean, that's the main one you think of.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you think Arkansas, you think basketball, not football. You can only say that, I think, about Kentucky as the only other school. I mean, maybe, Vandy or something like that. But, for the most part, it's Kentucky and then Arkansas. So why can't you get a guy in there that can win consistently? They've done it before. Obviously, it was a long time ago with Eddie Sutton and Nolan Richardson. But they've shown they could do it before. I just think you got to get the right guy and the right staff in place, and I think you can get consistent NCAA tournaments, and then get it to a point where maybe you can get consistent Sweet 16s, and then anything can happen once you get there. You just want to be in the mix and be a top 25 program every single year.
Jeff Goodman of WatchStadium.com. Really appreciate you joining us and being flexible with us, Jeff. Appreciate your insight as well. Hopefully we're able to catch up with you later down the road. All right, my man?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate it, man. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. This is the Morning Rush. We are brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas.
Yeah, I got home yesterday, saw that pool cover laying over the pool and that warm weather that's kind of rolling in each day, and saw the long-range forecast. I got to call Burton's because it's time to get that pool open. And if you're kind of along the same line of thinking out there, your pool is got the cover over it, or maybe you don't have a cover, and you're looking at all those leaves in there and that green water, and you need some help getting that pool ready to go, it's time to call Burton Pools and Spas. They can get your pool ready, get that water looking blue and perfect for the upcoming swimming season. That's what they do. They help take care of you at Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith and in Springdale. Or check them out online at burtonpools.com. The thing I love about Burton's is the personal touch. I call my guy Andrew because he is just great, answers all the questions. He's a text away, and that's the thing about Burton's is you develop relationships with people there that can help you take care of your pool. And we've talked about the construction time and the planning time and all of this. It's not too late to get your in-ground pool done. Just check them out again, Fort Smith and in Springdale, and online at burtonpools.com. Call right now. They can help get the planning phase, the construction phase, and get you into a full swimming season right now. But if you've gotten home, you've looked at that pool cover or the lack of a pool cover and all those leaves in the pool and that green pool water, hey, right now's the time to get Burton's out there and get that pool going for the full swimming season right now. Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Springdale, they're your source for backyard fun.
The most honest sports radio show in Arkansas. The Morning Rush continues next.
You put your mower through a lot. All that back and forth can add up to thousands of miles. That's like mowing cross country. Gravely commercial mowers are built for all-day performance, helping you get the job done mile after mile. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
See the full line of Gravely mowers with 0% financing for 48 months at Bush Tractor in Fort Smith, or log on to bushtractor.com.
Workman's Travel Center is the pit stop you'll be glad you made, with convenient locations at Rudy, Ozark, and in Lowell. Try the brand new menu at the Ozark Mountain Grill. Try one of their mouth-watering daily specials, or something new like the Piggy Mac Burger, 2 half-pound patties, pulled pork, bacon, and cheddar cheese on a sweet bun. It all adds up to OMG goodness. So whether you're going to the game, headed back home, or driving down the road, Workman's Travel Center takes the hassle out of your trip. Workman's Travel Center in Rudy, Ozark, and in Lowell.
With over 40 years combined experience, the team at the law offices of Craig L. Cook understand the definition of work. Real work. Working for you. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help navigating bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
The best TV experience in the nation is available locally with personal service from WOW World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional Dish authorized retailer. Dish has the Hopper 3, the most advanced DVR, and delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recording anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now, WOW World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474 for more details. Or stop by our location at the corner of Phoenix and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or visit us online at shopwownow.com. Get the Hopper 3 today by calling WOW World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474. Or online at shopwownow.com.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
Look your best with Perfecto Cleaners at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Count on same-day service, easy drive-through cover drop-off and pickup window, and fast turnaround on alterations. Perfecto Cleaners always goes the extra mile to ensure your clothes look their best, making you look your best. Be sure to clip their coupons in the yellow pages, and as always, in by 9 and out by 5 Monday through Friday. Perfecto Cleaners, just off Jenny Lind at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Perfecto Cleaners, making you look your best.
Looking for a new home course this golf season? Eagle Crest Golf Course has memberships as low as $83 a month for Zoysia fairways and bent grass greens. Is your whole golf group ready to join Eagle Crest? 4 new members can join for just $1,150 each for the entire year. Individual annual memberships are just $1,250 a year. Call Eagle Crest Golf Course right now for all the details. 632-8857. That's 632-8857. Eagle Crest Golf Course, Highway 64, just east of Alma.
Jim's Razorback Pizza.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time.
Fresh, fast. Jim's Razorback Pizza.
At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3.
Don't just listen. Watch The Morning Rush on Hit That Line's Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube page. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Going to continue to take your phone calls and reacting to Mike Anderson being dismissed as the Arkansas Razorback basketball coach. Let's go back to the phone lines. John is in Little Rock. What's going on, John?
Yeah, I guess y'all's show prep got kicked out the window yesterday afternoon after all this broke.
Yeah, well, it makes
we weren't exactly surprised.
Yeah, but hey, this makes shows a little easier when it has some big news like this. That's for sure.
Yeah, when you got a waiting line a mile long on the phone.
Exactly.
You know, I was a little surprised, I guess, that it happened this year. I've been one that's called in and said that it needed to happen. But I guess looking at the facts that we have so many openings in the SEC right now, I think if those hadn't been there, or if he had won the NIT or some combination of the two, the trigger might not have been pulled as quickly as it was. And so, you know, and as far as, you know, as an aside here, man, these players have got to blow off their steam. They lost their coach. Let them blow off their steam. Everything's going to work out in the wash. We can't operate the basketball team under fear. So, you know, fear that Mike is going to go somewhere else and do much better. Fear that whoever we bring in isn't going to do much better. It's not the way to operate. We've got to make the changes. We weren't doing what we needed to do to be successful in Arkansas fans' views, and so we needed to make that change. And now we move on to the coaching search. And with Chris Beard and Sampson, right now, you know, the disadvantage that we're at is that they're both still in the tournament.
Yeah.
And Houston and Texas Tech both have the means, if they want to keep those coaches. And
all right, appreciate the phone call, John. We're up against it. More of the Morning Rush and your phone calls coming up next.
What's your more? Maybe it's more front row seats to see your favorite band on all 35 tour dates around the world. Whatever you'd like more of, Powerball from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery can turn those dreams into reality. And the next drawing is for more than $740 million. So go to your local lottery retailer and get your ticket to more today. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Hi, this is Tommy Kraft for Ozark Sportsman Supply and Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear. There is a reason that folks are traveling from all across the region to shop at the Ozarks. These two incredible stores offer the very best in firearms, outdoor gear, top brand clothing, locally made furniture, and more. First, I want to tell you about Ozark Sportsman Supply. This store is an outdoor lover's dream with the largest selection of firearms in the state, a 15-lane indoor temperature-controlled shooting range, and firearm experts on staff. They also carry the top brand and archery equipment, fishing supplies, camo, gun safes, and more. Next, Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear. You have never seen a clothing store with this many of the hottest brands under one roof. Outfit the entire family in Under Armour, Carhartt, Miss Me, Southern Tide, Fayetteville, Columbia, Bandon, and more. 2 stores, 1 great location. Ozark Sportsman Supply and Ozark Outpost Clothing and Footwear, barely out of Springdale and Tawnytown, on 412 West, the most unique shopping destination in Arkansas.
Kick off the season the right way with a new RV from Crabtree RV in Alma. Crabtree is extending our RV show pricing all season long. Check out our spring show specials like a Salem 207 with a slide and bunks for $147 a month. And with RV show pricing, You can take up to $10,000 off of MSRP on new travel trailers and up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels. And we'll still give you more for your trade than the other guys at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
The morning show that knows the hogs. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here with a better way to drive from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All this month, you can spin the wheel and choose your deal. Just spin the wheel for fun prizes, then decide how you want to start driving better. You can win big with up to $3,000 above appraised value on your trade-in, or hit the jackpot with up to $3,000 below retail on the Rath Road Ready vehicle of your choice. You can't lose. Just spin the wheel and choose your deal. Get more for your trade or a bigger discount and start high rolling in a nicer, newer car today. Our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists are there to make your buying experience fun and easy. And our Rath Road Ready inventory takes the gamble out of buying a used car. So visit us today for that nicer, newer car you've been waiting for and the great service after the sale that's made us Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed independent dealer 4 years running. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN 95.3. All over the great state of Arkansas. This is the Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. We're going to go to the phone lines and welcome in Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hope you're having a great day. We're looking forward to some car selling weather over here at Rath Auto Resources. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, and we're wrapping up our big sale. Spin the wheel and choose your deal. We're having a good time with that. Folks, the wheel is loaded with fun prizes, and everybody's a winner. And, you don't have to buy a car. You don't have to do anything. Just show up. Tell us you want to spin the wheel. We're going to have fun with that. And if you're looking to get a nicer, newer car right now, you can save up to $3,200 below retail. If you got a trade-in, you can get up to $3,200 extra for that trade. We're making it so easy and fun to get your nicer, newer car now at Rath Auto Resources. There's only 3 days left in this sale. 4 days, I guess, and we're going to make sure that we take care of everybody we possibly can. Hurry in for the best selection, cars, trucks, SUVs, all Rath Road Ready, best cars you're going to find anywhere in the area with huge savings right now. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. We're at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, the corner of Don Tyson and 71B in Springdale, or you can check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, that's Rath Auto Resources, Fort Smith, and in Springdale. We'll talk to you Friday, Larry.
Hey, thanks, guys. Have a good week. And folks, come and see us.
All right, there you have it. Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. Let's continue to go to the phone lines as we have Hollywood in Little Rock. What's going on, Hollywood? You with us, Hollywood? Okay, I guess we lost Hollywood. Let's go to Deborah in Fort Smith. What's going on, Deborah?
Hey, yeah. Was it Coach Anderson's son just got off the line a few minutes ago?
Yes,
That's right.
Bashing his father like that?
I don't think he was bashing him.
It didn't sound very good to talk about his father the way he was talking, but my thing is, hey, look, like I was trying to explain to my son, I said, look, a lot of times, son, it's not the character of a person or what they can bring or what they've done that help the ball games or the school system. Is when they start hurting the pocketbook. And that's just the way of the world. And that's just the way I look at it. And I think when Coach Anderson decided not to play Gafford because he's concerned to make sure that that young man's getting ready to go pro, hopefully, he didn't want him to get injured. So he wasn't even thinking about it. I know he wanted to win the ball game, yeah. But he was also, he's that type of person and that type of man and that character that we need more of, knowing that he was looking out for Gafford.
But Deborah, Daniel Gafford sat out on his own decision. That was Daniel Gafford's decision, not Mike Anderson's.
Yeah. Look, and I know Mike Anderson's brought more to this team than winning the ball game because he's like a father figure to a young man, and I hope and pray that I know he's going to be successful wherever he goes. I know that successful wherever type of person he is, and I hope that they can bring someone in that can be that same type of person the way Coach Anderson was, and I hope and pray I'm praying for his family. I'm praying for him to continue to hold your head up, Coach, because I know it's going to be all right. And that's all I have to say.
Well, appreciate the phone call, Deborah. Nick, I know that we had Mike Anderson Jr. on. I didn't take it as he was bashing his dad or anything like that. Did you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I didn't mishear him or something like that.
I don't know necessarily what she was referring to.
So maybe she thought Jeff
I have to go
Goodman
back.
was there. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah, because and then that was the thing, because it was interesting to have Mike Anderson Jr. on.
I did think it was interesting when I asked him, do you think he was treated fairly by the board and the university administration? And he said yes.
Yeah.
That wasn't the answer I was expecting.
Well, I mean, do you think that he would say no? And then, do you think he would say that?
I'll tell you this. I know Lil Mike, and yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking he was going to say.
Okay. I mean, like I said, you know him better than I do.
And now, I'm not saying that because I've had a previous conversation with him. I just thought that, when Tommy asked that question, I was like, oh, man.
About to be set up for it.
Yeah.
But he ended up saying that, he felt like they were treated fairly. So really interesting there. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. Going to continue to get to all of your phone calls on the other side of the break. Stay with us, folks. This is The Morning Rush.
State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Get your state sales tax paid on every new Buick, GMC, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month. You'll save hundreds, even thousands, but you have to buy before the end of the month. This does not apply to previously negotiated deals or sale prices. State sales tax paid on every vehicle on the lot, but only till the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
At Michelob Ultra, we know it's not just about how much you work out every day. It's about how much you work into every day, too. So we brew our beer for those who realize that expending calories should never come at the expense of spending time with friends. Those who understand that just because you work out doesn't mean you can't go out. And that's why we brew Michelob Ultra to have 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a crisp, clean taste. Michelob Ultra, brewed for those who live fit, live fun, live Ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2018 Michelob Ultra Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
What's wrong, dear?
I'm tire shopping, and nobody knows anything about tires.
Jody'sAuto.com sells tires.
Where we get our vehicles fixed?
And oil changes and maintenance.
What kind of tires do they sell?
Everything, all major brands. But it's the people.
Well, they've always been great with my truck.
And that's exactly how they are with tires. They know their stuff and can get you great tires at the best prices. Price match guarantee. You can see all the tires on their website, Jody'sAuto.com. Free flat repair and free road hazard.
And how do you know all this?
Because women understand two things a whole lot better than men: convenience and trust. Jody'sAuto.com can do everything to my car. One stop, including tires, and I trust them.
That's it. Convenience and trust. Best of the best trust. Jody'sAuto.com. 3 locations, 3 oil change specials, one stop for tires, service, repairs, maintenance, towing, and fleets. Since 1984, convenience and trust. Jody'sAuto.com.
ESPN 95.3. This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush, presented by Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear.
All right, it's time for the SEC update, and it is brought to you by Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear. You'll find them on Highway 412 just west of Springdale in Tawnytown. All your favorite brands, the hottest clothing styles at the lowest prices for men and women. Billabong, Southern Marsh, Fayetteville, Branded Lifestyle, Under Armour, Columbia, Carhartt, Blowfish, Southern Tide, all your favorite brands for men and women. And you'll also find shoes, boots, accessories, housewares, furniture, and a whole lot more. Again, Highway 412, just west of Springdale in Tawnytown.
So there you have it, the SEC update, just to get into a few things going on in the conference. I know it's been all about Arkansas and Mike Anderson, but Frank Martin apparently is being linked to the job at UNLV. He denies any interest. I don't know why you would necessarily leave South Carolina for UNLV, although it would be nice to party in Vegas if you were a basketball coach. I don't know. I don't think Frank Martin's the partying type in Vegas. Doesn't seem to be really that guy, but he is denying any interest that he has with going to UNLV. Also, Keith Stone, player from Florida, is transferring out. He will be a grad transfer, suffered an ACL injury for the majority of the season. Averaged 6.1 points per game, so somebody's going to be looking for a big man. But I think the real story of it all in the SEC was Alabama's Kira Johnson. he put his name into the transfer portal. He was the youngest college basketball player last year. He played it at 17 years old, averaged 13.5 points per game and 3 assists per game. And that's going to be a big blow to Alabama, who's still looking for a head coach. They fired Avery Johnson, and a lot of people are waiting and seeing who they're going to go after. Now with Arkansas's job open and Texas A&M's job open, Vanderbilt and possibly LSU, as far as if you're ranking those jobs that are open right now, I'm not totally sure where Alabama may be dead last of the top 5 that are probably going to be opened up.
I mean, I don't know how you'd have Alabama behind Vandy. It's really tough. It's really tough to get players over there. It's really tough to win.
So you do have 5 openings. You listed them. How would you rank it? What is the best opening? Is it A&M or LSU? I would.
Or is it Arkansas?
Which is the best opening of the 5? Is Vanderbilt the worst?
Yes.
Okay, so
clearly, and then Alabama is
second.
fourth.
Okay, so of the top 3, if Arkansas, A&M, and LSU are the best 3 openings, put them 1, 2, 3, Nick.
Well, what makes the job good? Money,
support.
I think recruiting. To me,
recruiting.
Recruiting is what, because players, availability to players is what will make you successful as a coach. Money, okay, if you make 3.3 or 3.8 or 3.1, does it really change your lifestyle? What you want to do is be there for 6, 7, 8 years and make a whole lot of money over a long period of time. That's what changes your life. That's what, is Mike Anderson worried about paying his light bill next month? No, because he's got, tens of millions of dollars in the bank over making lots of money over lots of years. That's what you want to do, is make millions of dollars over lots of years. So what makes you that? Players, availability to players. So which of these jobs gets you? Is it A&M because you're in Texas? Is it LSU? The state of Louisiana is known for athletes. Which of these would be the better job?
I just don't think. I think what Jeff Goodman was talking about earlier, and maybe it's because I am a homer. Maybe it's because that I live in Arkansas, and so I'm going to think higher of Arkansas than other places do. But when Arkansas is winning, the only school that rivals. So just imagine
Arkansas is the best basketball school of those 3.
Well, just imagine Florida's success over the last 10 or 15 years. If that would have been Arkansas over that span, we would be trying to figure out ways how to add on to Bud Walton. Like, how can we knock the roof out and put some more seats, or how can we add more of this or more of that? And so it's tough. I understand the recruiting ground of Texas, but any and everybody can come into Texas and grab players. And Texas also has Texas Tech and TCU and
how many can you
else.
sign a year?
Right,
2, 3.
Right. So
it's rare that Arkansas is going to have a class like they just had and signed 5.
It's tough for me. It's tough for me to put the other 2 as basketball jobs over Arkansas, because I know what Arkansas is going to pay, and then I just know. Come on now, LSU is a basketball school 3rd.
Yeah.
Baseball and football are above that. And then if you look at Texas A&M, they're paying their coach $75 million. So I'm not so sure. I think they just fired their coach just because they could. And so I'm gonna go Arkansas 1, A&M 2, LSU 3. Another thing about you talking about Louisiana and getting players, Will Wade could have got those players anywhere that he went.
I wasn't talking about just Will Wade.
Right.
I was talking about the state of Louisiana per capita. I know I'm talking football stats here, but the state of Louisiana produces athletes.
Yes,
not just talking.
But it is
basketball. Football players.
Yes,
it's known for particularly football, but there are athletes in the state of Louisiana,
and they push those guys to play football a lot more than basketball, and that's where the fans are at right now, and that's what Mike Jr. has kind of alluded to on Twitter, is the expectations that are there, and a lot of that is because, once again, you have 2 basketball schools in the SEC. And now Kentucky is clear, but then right after that, Arkansas is probably the only 50-50, and you have other schools that have won multiple national championships here recently, i.e. Florida, and they're still not a basketball school.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I think it's overblown as far as in the basketball side of things, that saying, well, because Louisiana has a bigger hotbed for recruits in basketball or whatnot, then that means that it's a better job.
And they're close to East Texas, too.
Right. But I think that's overblown in a lot of cases, because if you look at even Arkansas during their heyday, they didn't have a lot of in-state kids that they were having to rely on. They just had a coach that could go and recruit at the national level and get kids to come play at Arkansas. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't help to have good players coming out of the state of Arkansas, which Arkansas has had. They've had some really good players. I just feel like if you just look at previous years and think of some of the best players that have come through Arkansas, a lot of them, in fact, most of them, were not from the state of Arkansas.
Now, but that was in the past, though. And I do agree with you. Way back when, 25 years ago, I do agree with that more. But if you look here now, Bobby Portis came to Arkansas because it was Arkansas was in-state school. Right. That's it. Daniel Gafford came to Arkansas because of that. Malik Monk, you had a chance to get him only because he was in the state. So it does matter about the in-state recruiting wherever you're at, just because there's always and you can go look anywhere.
Moses Moody moved from Arkansas, left.
Well, I mean, you can go look literally anywhere, and there's going to be a hometown team that's going to make the final 2 or 3 teams just because they are the hometown team. So is it everything? No, but it's definitely a big piece of the puzzle as far as in-state recruiting. And if basketballs hadn't been what it's been, if you hadn't had, Isaac McBride's going to Kansas, Austin Reeves, he's at Oklahoma right now, Malik Monk, Kayvon Allen, Gafford, Portis, Archie Goodwin, James Anderson. I mean, Arkansas has had, 10 NBA guys, 10 guys that have played in the NBA over the last decade or maybe a little bit more. So if I hadn't seen that, then I probably would rank the job just a little bit lower. But Arkansas is going to have some in-state talent. And if you bring in, once again, if you bring in the right coach, that coach is going to be able to go anywhere and get players just like Will Wade has. Now you just have to worry about, because you're not going to bring in a coach that's any more clean than Mike Anderson has run the program. So at that point, with everything that's going on, you just have to hope that you either don't cheat or you don't get caught.
Yeah, let's go to the phone lines. Hollywood is now in Little Rock. What's going on, Hollywood?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we got you now.
Barely.
Hold on, because I'm over here in the backwoods, so I apologize. I'm so sorry.
In the backwoods?
Yeah, you're good. Stop, Nick. You're good.
Yeah, I live out here in Marseille, so I'm out here in the woods. So here's the thing. I think people get a little bit sensitive at the fact, because we all know Mike Anderson is a great guy. You're not going to find anybody that's going to run the program any better and cleaner. He had a mess to clean up. But I think people forget that this is, number one, it's a business. So just like if I don't do my job correctly, they'll cut me loose with the quickness, and I don't have millions of dollars, and Anderson is not hurting for no money by no stretch of the imagination or anything like that. And so I see, and I say this because you have a lot of the people from Arkansas, just fans in general, attacking players on Twitter, which is not a cool thing, because it goes back to that perception. Why would I want to come here if that's the type of support that I have? But at the same time, too, it's also a very passionate. This is also a very passionate place. You I looked at the interview yesterday that Nolan did, and he said it best. He said, "I created a monster here, and a lot of times, what happens if you don't feed it, it will consume you." And this is a result of what has happened. With that also being said, I think Arkansas should take a page out of Chad Morris's book, and the only why I say that is because their coaches are everywhere on social media. They're very much so in tune to what's going on, and I think a lot of that was missing from the previous staff. So whomever they bring in, they're going to come with the gusto. I think they need somebody just a little bit younger than what Mike is. I hear Tanner Sampson a lot. Nothing against the guy. I don't know anything about him. I know that he's 63 years old.
Yeah.
kind of a little too old for my taste, but I can't make any decisions. I can just what's my opinion.
Yeah.
But you guys doing a great job. Hey Mason, I called a few times. You wasn't around, but I know life is what it is. But you guys are doing great. Y'all keep it up. I'm a huge fan. Thank y'all.
Hey, appreciate the phone call, Hollywood, as always. And I know you're a big fan of Nick. And hey, finally got to get you guys in touch. Yeah, I don't know who is not a fan of Nick Mason. But
I can pull up some
pull up some names,
message board people.
Yeah, just pull up the media bracket that Ty put together, and you can probably get some votes on that.
I'm a little disappointed. Fifth. I'm a little disappointed.
What were you wanting?
Well, I mean, it's basketball season. Top 3, not 3.
So you thought you were even a bigger deal than what you really were. You thought you were more annoying than what you even thought you were.
You got to think about that. I'm in the worst possible spot because at least if you're like, oh, I'm the most annoying,
you can like own it and embrace it.
You can own it and you're moving the needle the most. Or if you're the least annoying, that means everybody likes you. I'm like in the middle. So that means you don't dislike me enough to care.
I'm not doing my job.
And you don't like me at all.
Yeah, you're just kind of hanging in the balance there. But you have an event coming up, though, that I know that we've been discussing during the commercial break, and it's a whiskey event,
yes,
right?
it is a cool event coming up. It's the Bentonville Whiskey Festival. It will be at the Peel Mansion. That is 400 South Walton Boulevard, Bentonville, Arkansas. Once again, the Bentonville Whiskey Festival, April 27th. We'll be telling you a lot about that over the next month or so. You can call or text 479-684-8677 for more information or for a way to get tickets. Once again, the Bentonville Whiskey Festival, April 27th. Call or text 479-684-8677.
How much does it cost to get a picture with you?
Oh, I'm not going to be there.
Oh, okay. Well, I was hoping you could be there.
No,
So, okay.
But
it would be
I
free.
would be there. I would be there if I was not out of town with AAU basketball. I would be there.
You would be there. All
Hey,
right.
who knows? They may hire me. I may be dropping bags April 27th.
Well, if you are, let us know.
They probably just scratching my name off the list.
We'll be sure to get the word out there. So we got to take a commercial break, get into the final segment of the show. Stay with us, folks. This is The Morning Rush.
Honest Razorback talk that never yields. This is The Morning Rush.
Start your summer with a splash and big savings on Doughboy Above Ground Swimming Pools. For a limited time, you can save $500 on your purchase of a full Doughboy pool package, including pool, liner, pump, and filter. Invest in a refreshing and relaxing pool for your family and experience the Doughboy difference of unmatched quality, longevity, and safety. Visit BurtonPools.com and get your $500 coupon and see Burton Pools and Spas, 6121 Zero Street at Fort Smith. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Looking for a great haircut and phenomenal customer service? Supercuts welcomes you. Our friendly professional stylists are always ready to serve you with a warm smile and finish your cut with an amazing hot towel refresher every time. Take advantage of our weekly sales such as $1 shampoos with a haircut on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and 10 to 20% off color sale with $5 hair conditioning treatments every Thursday. Supercuts conveniently serves its community 7 days a week. Supercuts, clean, sharp, ready.
What's your more? Maybe it's more front row seats to see your favorite band on all 35 tour dates around the world. Whatever you'd like more of, Powerball from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery can turn those dreams into reality. And the next drawing is for more than $740 million. So go to your local lottery retailer and get your ticket to more today. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson. My mom and dad founded Razorback Camper Sales 50 years ago. It all started back in 1969 on the corner of St. Louis and Airport Road in Hot Springs. Spending time with family and helping our customers make lasting memories is what we've been doing for the last half century. Isn't that right, Mac?
That's right, Papa!
From all of us at Razorback Camper Sales, thank you for the last 50 years.
This is The Morning Rush.
You're born amazing, and at Baptist Health, we want to keep you that way. In fact, that's our mission, to not only provide the most skilled doctors and nurses to heal you from sickness or injury, and comprehensive care to support your recovery, but also to be your guide to health. Also, you can keep on inspiring, keep on reaching, and keep on amazing. For the care that keeps you amazing, visit Baptist-Health.com.
March Mania means lower prices and payments at Orr Nissan in Fort Smith. Like this 2019 Nissan Versa sedan for $12,295 or 0 down $191 a month. This 2019 Nissan Altima is $21,510 or 0 down $336 a month. And this 2019 Nissan Rogue is $22,323 or 0 down $347 a month. March Mania at Orr Nissan on Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith under the giant American flag.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in March, backed by popular demand, we are continuing our 25% off on cash, check, or card sale and 15% off on financing. Both come with free delivery within 30 miles. That's right, free delivery plus 25% off on cash sales and 15% off on financing. Sale ends March 31st, so hurry in and take advantage of this incredible sale. Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house. Appliances and TVs excluded.
This is Mark Hurst. How important is new technology? That's a question I was recently asked by a student at a career day presentation at a local school. At Hurst Family Dental Care, we use new technology like digital x-rays, an iTero scanner instead of those messy impressions, and an Invisalign outcome simulator which can show you within minutes how Invisalign can straighten your teeth. Give us a call at 474-1972 and let us show you how new technology makes a difference in the way we are able to care for you. Hurst Family Dental Care, a name you know and a name you can trust.
You know, you'd almost have to be crazy to make the kind of offers we're about to make. But then again, you don't get to sell the Cadillac volume we do by offering wimpy discounts. So through the close of business Monday night, Orr Cadillac in Fort Smith is taking $10,000 off new 2019 Escalades. I'm not kidding. Just head to Orr Cadillac at the Orr Auto Park in Fort Smith. Pick out any new Escalade in stock and take $10,000 right off the window sticker. If you don't need all that room, Orr Cadillac is also taking $5,000 off all new Cadillac XT5 crossovers. And it wouldn't be like Orr Cadillac to offer discounts this big on 1 or 2 units. That's why you'll find every 2019 Escalade priced $10,000 off, and every 2019 XT5 priced $5,000 off, but only for a limited time. Don't miss March Mania, happening through Monday night at the volume leader, Orr Cadillac, on Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith, under the giant American flag.
ESPN 95.3.
I'm in a hurry to get things done, oh I rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm
You can't drink all day unless you start early. This is the Morning Rush.
Final segment of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Sassy's in Fayetteville. If you want a great place to eat some great food, you got a big weekend coming up for Razorback Sports with the baseball team taking on Ole Miss. Should be a beautiful weekend. You're going to be heading up there for that trip. Be sure to check out Sassy's. They have 2 locations in Fayetteville, off of College and off of Weddington. You can also check out the NCAA tournament. Sweet 16 Elite 8 games going on this weekend, which is going to be for some great matchups, so you can check them out as well. They have plenty of TVs. We're big fans here of the Sass Attack Burger as well as the barbecue nachos. You get them as they are because they come with barbecue, but add a little barbecue chicken onto them, and you can't beat it. So be sure to check out Sassy's with their 2 locations in Fayetteville, off of College and off of Weddington. Let's go to the phone lines as we have Robert in Fort Smith. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, guys. I'm not glad that he got fired, but I am glad to see that Yurachek is doing his job, because we saw what Jeff Long and Brett Bielema did to the football team. We're digging out of such a hole, it's unreal. Luckily, with this basketball team, the hole is deep, but it's not that deep to where we get a decent person in here. They can bring that, because I'm not a big basketball fan, but they can bring that program back to some prominence, where us in football right now, it may be years and years before we get anywhere, and that's just my thoughts on some of that.
Yeah, appreciate the phone call, Robert.
Basketball is not in a hole.
No, I don't think it's in a hole like it was with football. I mean,
that was a brick. I know you said you weren't a basketball fan. That was an air ball. Like basketball's not in. Yeah, you can't even compare the two.
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely different situation. And like I said, it's not like the basketball program's really bad right now.
Unless I'm missing something.
No, I mean, that's the thing is people just feel like when you see a coach get fired, it must mean things are really bad.
And it's not that. It's that people wanted a few Sweet 16s and you didn't make it there.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of programs that aren't in holes that don't make it to a few Sweet 16s.
Yeah.
People wanted Sweet 16.
Football is definitely in the hole.
Yes, football is in the hole. And
I mean, Mike Anderson didn't go to the equivalent of 2-10.
No, didn't even get close to it. And he was never going to get to that point. At least that's what you would think the trends would be. But, that's the point. And another point that we really haven't, because there's been so many things and so many calls going on today, is that today and tomorrow the UA board meets. And, of course, on the agenda for the Board of Trustees is the resolution to name the court after Nolan Richardson. So this was another element that gets thrown into place. I still think it happens. I still don't think there's any issue.
That's a done deal.
Yeah, but it's
rubber stamp all the
way.
But
when it comes down to this next basketball season, though, when they actually do the honoring ceremony, be curious to see how it goes. And will Mike Anderson be there?
I mean, if he's not coaching, yeah.
So you think he'll still be there?
Because I mean, and I think people forget wherever Mike goes next, he's going to get and obviously Lindsay may not be in the state he goes to next, but he's going to get a Lindsay townhouse, and then when he gets done, he's going to move back to Fayetteville and live in Fayetteville. Like Mike Anderson Jr. lives in Fayetteville. He ain't going nowhere.
So you think he's going to pull Nolan Richardson, just stay in Fayetteville if he wants?
He spent 25 years of his life here. He's 59 years old. Think about this. He'll
be here forever.
Almost, not quite, half of his life and more than half of his adult life in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I mean, what age was Mike when he arrived in 1985, I guess it was?
Man, I have no idea.
24 or 5 years old. I mean, he has spent more than half of his adult life in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
This is home in a lot of ways.
Yeah, his kids are going to stay here. He has an older daughter that lives here. He's going.
It'll just be interesting to see what he does if he, goes and gets another job, and if he does, where is it going to be at? How long is he going to be there? I mean, there's just a lot of moving parts to this whole thing.
For the next 3 years, he's going to get $1 million a year from the University of Arkansas. I presume if he doesn't coach, that's the way it works. If he coaches, I don't know how that affects that. I believe he probably is offset, but.
And I'm just gonna say this. I'm not saying he's going to Alabama, but man, they love him in Alabama.
Yeah, and when that may be something that actually people look at, and depending on if Alabama's struggling to get somebody that they think that's big time, maybe they go with Mike Anderson, and then Arkansas would have to play Alabama every single year, which would also make it very interesting as well for Razorback fans. But either way, it's been a very busy show. Appreciate everybody listening in, all your phone calls, all your tweets, all of your messages on the live stream, and we're going to continue it on throughout the week. For Tommy Kraft, Nick Mason, Ty Richardson, I am John Neighbors. Same sports show, same sports channel tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody. We will see you then.